don't mind. And we're going to get into this. Is that okay? Just because I got you.
That's fine.
Send them on you. And so I feel like this other gentleman who's around you now, I'm kind of like, nah, he's friend zone. He's nice to just go maybe out to places, keep them friends. And then, you know, it's so funny because I keep hearing the name Doug coming up. And I feel like Doug could be an important name later. Okay, so put that in your hair.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to back up a little bit. There is one other opportunity around your love life that shows up. And I feel like there's this sense of running around work. And it could be like here and there and here and there. There's something about you're going to cross paths with a man through his job or your job, through work. And I feel like, may I ask, have you got something renovation or constructed on your house?
Actually, we are having somebody come in and redo the floors.
Okay. It's funny because I feel like, I don't know, there could be a handsome gentleman showing up in some way. Or that there's this construction guy that's going to come into your life you cross paths with him through his work, I guess, or your work. And it's around getting, you know, I keep thinking, oh, maybe she's getting renovations and he seems really helpful and he wants to help. And he's going to, you know, talk about I could do this, I could do that. Something about that. He wants to help you with your house. And I feel like it develops bigger with that in some way. Okay.
I'm sorry?
Or he wants to talk to you more, or he wants to talk to you more about that. I don't know that.
Okay.
I feel like he's okay. You know, this is my sense. You don't want to live with anyone. Like, I feel like if you want a relationship, you want a companionship, you know?
Yes, that's exactly it.
Complicated. Sorry?
That's exactly right. I don't want to live with another man.
I'm sorry, say that again?
I said I do not want to live with another man. Been there, done that.
Yeah, and we're done. We're done with that. I feel like this man has his own house. And I feel like it would be something where you can go see him, see you. Do you like cats?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I like all animals.
No, he has animals. He has a bit of land and he has cats. He has a couple big dogs. I feel like he's within... Okay. He's within a year of meeting him. I don't think he's very far away in meeting him. And I feel like he's going to have to do, even you could hear from people out west, there's something important about that and the timing. And if you get invited to Mexico, where they're talking about, I feel like this is the connector. There's something connecting you there. And it's an in-person meeting. And I get another important date of next August, around August 1st to the 15th, also important around this connection, okay? Okay. Hang in there, my girl. Go get those floors done. It could turn out better than you think. And thank you for tuning in to me. And thank you for picking me as your psychic. And you can find me at BerniceBissonPsychic.com. And I'm here every Tuesday for Psychic Tuesday at 2:30 Central Standard Time. I will see you next week.
Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for the Mini Medium with Stephanie Cowan. Live from tarotwithsteph.net. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is the Mini Media on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
All right. Hello, friends. Welcome, welcome. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. It's another week with the Mini Medium here on the A1R Psychic Radio and the beautiful and always Moonstruck TV. I'm super happy to have been able to make it today. I don't know about you guys, but Mercury retrograde has really played quite a lot on me lately. So I don't know about any other Geminis out there. I know that with Mercury being, our pretty much our planet, our moon, it can really affect us. So I've just had so much the last couple weeks. So I'm just happy I made it. And I'm happy to be here with all of you. And I cannot wait to share my gifts. I'll tell you, I've had so many amazing blessings along with the chaos lately. So I just got done doing a beautiful photo shoot with 14 other beautiful goddesses. And it was a goddess shoot. And the photographer, her name is Ashton. She is incredible. And we just went out in the desert. And I'm not kidding you. It was the most beautiful and the most uplifting, and just getting all of us women together. And women generally can be a little bit, kind of catty, or, let's just be honest. Or, we judge, right? We judge ourselves compared to others. And, we look at other women and wish we had what they had, or we may judge how they look, and it's the human side of us. So one thing that I absolutely just loved from this experience is we all were there to uplift each other. We were there to encourage each other. It just was so magical. So I can't wait. We're actually going to do it again this Sunday, which this Sunday is the full moon. So not only is it the full moon Sunday, but it is the super moon and the blue moon. So lots of amazing, incredible reasons to be outside and embrace your true feminism and goddess, within you. And, and even, for the men out there, it's to really embrace the feminine side, which the moon is the feminine energy, So it's going to be incredible. So I can't wait to share those photos. And you can see the ones I just did on my Facebook page, which is Mini Medium. My Instagram is Mini Medium 75. And then I'll have those on my website, which is mini-medium.com. So anyhow, lots of amazing things happening along with the chaos. So take the light in the dark. You got to, right? So we are going to, I think, because my next show obviously will be after the super moon, I thought we're going to pull some beautiful oracle moonology cards, or a card. And so for those of you who, watch my show or follow me or whatever may be, know that numbers are very important. And I see numbers, and the numbers are often connected to a loved one in spirit, or they can be just your lucky number. It may be there's a significance with that number. So today, which ironically, and I think it's kind of interesting, I don't see kind of double digits very often when it comes to channeling. And today I've been seeing the number 33. And I love the number 3, but this is really very significant. It's been just around me all day today. And not just within the the fact of maybe being an angel number, but it's someone's loved one in spirit is really wanting to express their being here. So the number 33 also, as I was saying, also was showing me the number 9. So 3 times 3 being 9. And 9 really in numerology is the end of the road. It's the end of a journey. It's the end of a struggle maybe that you've been going through. So it kind of went right together. So it'll be interesting to see today and on my podcast which callers resonate, but also tonight on my YouTube channel, which is also Mini Medium 75, just like my Instagram. It will also be streamed to my Facebook, which is just Mini Medium. I encourage you to go and watch and hop on. I do free readings for a couple hours. And if you weren't able to get into, on the A1R, show with other readers or myself, but you're listening, these are things that I like to throw out there. And maybe if you're drawn, then this is your loved one in spirit, So keep listening to A1R and please support. We love all our callers, and I know that I appreciate you guys so incredibly much. I look forward to Wednesdays. Wednesday's my favorite day. All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to take my first caller in just one moment. I almost forgot to read the card. I got so excited, but let me read the oracle to you. And these Moonology cards I'll show here, just gorgeous Moonology. And this message for everybody for the week says, what do you need to release? Now, how interesting is that I literally just got done saying how the number 9 is that time to let things go and to release and the end of whatever may be. So now our oracle card is saying, what do you need to release? And there you can see the beautiful picture here. And this is actually representing the waning moon. So this is all the beautiful moon phases that are telling us what we need to do. Even, not just the full moon and not just the new moon, right? So what do you need to release, my friends? I know I have a whole lot to release. So we'll work on that beautiful shadow work, right? Okay, now we can take the caller. My first caller is Stacy, and I believe Stacy is from Minnesota, I believe. Hi, Stacy. This is the Mini Medium.
Hi, how are you? I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Doing well. How can I help you tonight, my friend?
I'm just calling to see, I guess, what you might come up for me, I guess.
Okay. So just anything that happens to be just kind of a general reading or just whatever comes up, right?
Yeah, I'm kind of worried about my career and money lately. But
Okay, perfect. Okay. And you're from Minnesota, St. Cloud, Minnesota. I love that. I have never been to that area. I will one day.
Oh,
I've been
it's so nice this time of year.
Yeah. And I love the accent, in Minnesota, you still have a little bit of that, kind of the Canadian accent. I can hear it. Do you ever get told?
Yes.
I love it. Okay. All right, my friends. So I'm going to pull just a couple cards to see if they, kind of validate some of what I'm already getting for you. And in my readings, I use the cards more as kind of a guide or a tool. And the cards always give us such beautiful, validation. So now, I know you said you're worried about career and finances, right? Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Let me ask you, I always ask all my callers, you might have heard me earlier mentioning the number 33. Does that number resonate with you in any way, whether it be the age of 33, the month of March 3rd? With that came the significance of September or the 9th of a month. So do you connect with that? And if not, it's okay. I just want to make sure.
I mean, I know I like being age 33 for some reason, but I don't know a huge significance what it would mean, I guess.
Yeah, no worries, my friend. Okay, I just want to make sure that if I'm channeling any of your loved ones that have passed and they're trying to make sure that we connect, want to make sure we get that communication there. I didn't feel this was being drawn to you, but I always think, better double check. But so just a couple of things looking at your cards. I pulled 3 for you, and really, we could do a common 3-card spread of past, present, future, but I really don't want to focus too much on the past as I do the present and future. And some things I'm really seeing with your, career and finances. For one, you pulled 3 different suits. So you've got a pentacle, you've got a cup, and you've got a wand. And what this is pentacle is something of value to you. The cup is right side up, so it's where the cup is ready to be filled. And the wand is fire. It means it's time to kind of put that fire under your butt and get moving, get things going. And even in the kind of chronological order they came in, some things I want you to be mindful of that I see happening now but coming really has to do with you're at a point in your life. Now, I don't know how old you are. I mean, even if I saw your face, my friend, I suck at guessing ages. It's just not my forte. Now, if you're pregnant, I'm really good about, pregnant predictions, but I feel like that this 10 of Pentacles is, so in numerology, that 10, the 0 is God or the universe, and we drop that 0. And the 1 is the beginning of a new journey. But what's happening right now is you're stuck. And so it's, what is the value to, right? Yeah. And what, and what I was going to say, you're at an age, I feel, and you're welcome to share your age, you don't have to, but you're at an age where I feel it's not so much about a career as it is, I just want to have a good job, a paycheck, and I want to enjoy life. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Beautiful. And then this filling up the cup, that really is, your cup is a little empty right now. And what cup I mean by that is your soulful cup. It's like, I've worked so hard. I've gotten where I'm at right now because I worked my butt off, but I just feel lost and I need to fill this soulful cup up. And so I really feel, wait, it's coming soon, hun. Here in the next about, let's see, yep, I would say here in the next about 6 months, 7 months, because by the way, I'm seeing the number, you've got a lot of numbers coming up. The number 21 keeps coming up. Do you connect with that number in any way by chance?
No.
Okay, perfect. So I'm going ahead 21 weeks, and 21 weeks puts us at about 6 months, right? So keep in mind about the first quarter of next year. So by March, the next thing that comes, actually, the last card is the 3 of Wands, and there's that 3 that we just talked about, and the 3 is the month of March. Holy crap, maybe the 33 is you.
Maybe the more you said it, the more it just kind of clicked with me, I guess.
I'm sorry, hon, what was that?
The more you kept saying the number, the more it just kept clicking more with me. Yeah.
I think so. Well, and 3 plus 3 is 6. And I just said 6 months from now, right? The 21. And
yeah.
I'm like, all right, our guides are laughing at us, I feel. I think it's hilarious. So keep in mind right around March, that's where the wand comes in. And the wand is fire. And this is really where you think of a magic wand, you wave the wand and you get what you want, when you want, and how you want it. Doesn't that sound amazing? I'm always like, where's my wand?
I wish.
Right. But then with that, there's always that big old but, and the big old but is be careful what you wish for. So it's a matter of patience. It's a matter of not falling back to old ways of immediate gratification. What is your zodiac sign, my friend?
I'm Gemini.
Oh my gosh, so am I. I knew you were. This is incredible. So us Geminis, we are really awful at being patient. We want it now, you know. So are you a June Gemini?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, perfect. May Geminis are a little different than June in that respect. So
wait, I thought you said something else. I am June, the beginning of June. So yeah.
Oh yeah. So yeah, we just June Geminis are just very much wanting things to be now. You know, we don't like to wait. So hold on to that wand a little bit, wait till March. And I really feel about March time is when you're going to see some changes in just your energy is going to exude to where you're going to attract the right job. And, you know, the money will, you know, in a sense, it'll just start to fall into place to where you're not having to worry too much about finances. Okay. But I'm excited for you, and just keep that beautiful positive energy I feel coming from you. I know that, man, times are hard right now, but it's all about, you know, the power of attraction, right? So
yeah.
All right, my friend. Well, I hope that helped you. I've got another caller, but feel free to hop on. Yeah, feel free to hop on any of my social media pages. And tonight I'm doing free readings on my Facebook and YouTube. So if you're up, you want to join.
I will check that out.
Okay. Hey. All right. Thanks, Stacey.
Right, thank
Have
you.
a wonderful evening. You're welcome. Bye-bye. All right. Perfect. We've got some time for a next caller, and I missed the name. I think it was Sherry. Hi, Sherry. This is Stephanie. Oh, I'm sorry. Carrie. Hi, Carrie. Sorry about that.
Hi. Well, that's okay.
How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing so good. And you're in Florida, I saw. Oh, my gosh.
Yes.
One day I'll get to Florida, too. One day.
Come on down. We're ready for you. Welcome.
Yes, I would love that. Well, how can I help you tonight, hon?
Yeah, I just want to know what you see coming up for my love life.
Ooh, I love it. Hey, I love that. All right, I'm just going to pull a couple cards. I know we don't have a whole lot of time. I could probably have like a 2-hour show and still not have enough time.
Right, I hear you on that.
Oh, that's why I do my free readings at night. Okay, well, my producer, I love him. He said I've got about 7 minutes, and we're good. Love life. I pulled a few cards for you as well. Some things, boy, girl. Oh boy, every single card I pulled came out upside down. So this represents shadow work, and you've got a lot going on right now. And your shadow work is the things you're working on just for you, or those things you got to work on, so that you can really, live your best life and be the best version, right? When you work on that shadow work, you start to your energy starts to lift. You start to get at a higher frequency, and then what happens is you can't attract the douchebags. The lower vibrational people that they're great, but they're just not on that journey like you are. So
exactly.
And I feel you're going through this right now, and you're in the trenches of it. So you might be feeling exhausted. You might be feeling like, oh my gosh, why can't I find somebody that just I mesh with, Now, there was a recent relationship I feel that ended not long ago. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Yeah. Okay. Girl, please put your walls, your barriers, your, whatever you got to do around you, because that one's coming back with a vengeance.
Really?
Oh, yeah. There's a sense of, it just feels to me like poking in and trying to check things out still. So kind of testing the waters. So just be mindful, okay? Yeah. but I'm going to just validate. I'm happy that you are where you are. I feel you're exactly where you need to be. One thing I see coming future for you with relationship and love, you pulled this temperance card, and I'm going to show it on the camera here if you watch later or if you're seeing it right now. This temperance card, it's beautiful. It's got the crescent moon, which ironically, the Moonology card we pulled tonight has the crescent moon.
Oh, I love those cards. I've seen those. Those are really pretty. Yes.
Yeah. And the temperance card that goes with this is, what do you need to release? And this is so for you, hon. So for you.
About 30 pounds.
What's that?
It was a joke. I said about 30 pounds.
Oh, I love that answer.
Yeah, I do need to release about 30 pounds. Yeah.
Right? I had one lady say, I need to release about 220 pounds. And I went, oh, okay. And she goes, yeah, my ex-husband. Like,
even better. That's even better.
Right? Oh, that's hilarious. Well, and I'll tell you, when you start feeling better and your energy and your, vibration gets higher, you'll lose that. You'll lose that, right? So that temperance card is like tempered glass. And if you think of tempered glass, it cannot be broken. So you're working on doing that right now. You're working on building that tempered glass so that, for one, you can't attract the ones that are going to break you, or you feel like they're going to break you, because they never really do break you. But keep doing that, because I'll tell you, as I'm looking through here, the next card that fell in that validates what I'm getting is this Queen of Swords. And girl, you're a queen. I can tell you are a queen. You are, you are the queen of your queendom. That sword represents fighting and defending and protecting. And do you have children? I see 2 children around you right now for some reason.
Yeah, those are my sister's children. I don't have kids, but you're picking up the 2 kids that my sister has. Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
well, unless it's other future kids. Maybe a guy has. I almost said a husband. That's weird. I didn't even. That was, yeah. I guess I'm going to have a husband that has 2 kids. Maybe, I don't know.
That's your beautiful intuition going husband, because
Yeah, it just popped out of my mouth. Mm-hmm.
I love it. Those are Freudian psychic. I love it. Well, the 2 children, you're an amazing aunt. You have such a beautiful protective energy already that those swords really, if anything, are to guide and to protect you and your loved ones, your friends. But more importantly, yourself, so that's where I said, watch this other guy or other relationship, just, pull the swords out a little bit. Then the cups.
When you say the one that's coming back, do you feel like he has feelings for me and has love for me, or is it just fake?
Did you say fate? Is that what you said?
No, FAKE, fake, like not real.
Yes, that one, hon. Yes, fake. Oh, yeah, 100%. I don't feel that it's like, it's more of an obsession. It's more of a lust than a love feeling. Does that make sense? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that's why I say be careful, because it could turn into stalker. It could turn into,
what?
Obsessive. Yeah. Yes. So I said, put your guard up, babe. Put your guard up.
Well, I have 3 men that I'm talking to right now. I don't know which one you're talking about. The breakup one.
Wow. Well, dang. Okay. Well, we got about a minute and a half. So I'll tell you, the 3, I've been getting the number 3 all day today. That's interesting too. But I'll tell you, you're going to tell me all of them. Who has the massive facial hair?
All 3.
Oh, son of a gun. Okay. All right.
Every single one of them has a beard and all of it. Yep. One of them has really long hair.
All right.
And the other 2, they're all brown hair, blue eyes. It's like they're all carbon copies.
Oh, great. You have a type.
Yeah, I do. I do. Yeah.
Okay. All right, my friend. I want to do this for you because I have to wrap up my show. But on my Facebook page tonight, it's Mini Medium, and also on my YouTube channel, if you'd rather go to YouTube, which is Mini Medium 75. And I'll post some links and stuff, but please feel free to hop on. And I would be happy to continue this for free for you because I really got some more to tell you. Does that sound okay?
Okay. Yeah, it's great. Thank you. I'll try to figure out which guy it is.
Yeah, I know. I want to help you with that. So perfect.
Yeah.
All right, my friend. Well, I hope to talk to you soon and have a beautiful night, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome. Bye-bye. All right, you guys, that's a wrap. That's a beautiful another week. I will see you guys next week. I'm your Mini Medium. Have a beautiful, wonderful, magical week. Bye, guys.
A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for Psychic Paths with Suzanne Marie. Live from PsychicPaths.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/Psychic Radio. Or one of our websites, AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv. This is Psychic Path on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello, everyone. How is everyone? I am Suzanne, and I'm here as your psychic for a little bit. I am looking forward to tonight. Mercury is retrograde, so I'm dealing with that. But other than that, I hope everyone is having a really good weekend. And yes, I hope everyone is having a good week. Let's start all over. I am Suzanne, and I will be your host for a little bit. And I'm a clairvoyant and a light trance medium. I hope that everyone is doing well. I hope that you're feeling loved and safe. I'm looking forward to a good caller tonight. Thank you so much to A1R Psychic Radio for allowing this to happen. I know I appreciate it, and I'm sure the callers appreciate it. So yeah. You can reach me or find me on Facebook, Psychic Paths, and please let me know that you are there and say hello to me. I am also on other apps too. I do personal readings. You can also look for Psychic Paths on Yelp and X and Instagram. So if you get a chance and want to, just please go ahead and look for me. We are talking to Sherry from San Diego, California. Hello.
Hi. Hi.
Hi. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm going through
excited to be here.
Mercury retrograde. I went to start the show, and then everything decided to get confusing and messed up.
Oh no.
And that's
Oh,
not
no.
how it goes. That is not how it goes. But everything is okay now. What can I help with tonight?
Goodness, I don't know. I didn't know I had to have a topic. I'm sorry.
Well, it's good to have a topic because when you get to a reader, we really want you to get the priority questions answered. And we don't want you like later or tomorrow go, oh, I wish I really would have asked that question. You know,
How about this? Am I going in the right direction in my business?
In your what?
In my business.
Okay. Let me see what Spirit says.
Okay.
Yeah, I get that you are. There's a joy. Are you feeling the passion of it? Because they're showing me joy.
Yes.
And they're telling me.
I just switched directions a little.
Oh.
And that was exactly why. It was to reflect my joy in it more.
You have a definite strength. There's a strength about you. Yeah, like you could never could be somebody else's employee. You are really good at being in charge and getting things done and succeeding. I see that there have been a little up and down. But Spirit is telling me that for the most part, the downs have been lessons for you and that you've taken them as lessons.
Yes.
Which is,
absolutely.
That's what they are.
Yeah, exactly. It had a lot of, there was a lot of healing in the downtime.
Yes. Spirit is very, very proud of you for knowing that there was a lesson in that. Many other people could have took that and just not even thought about it. But they're saying that you're a person that really likes to do self-reflection and inner work.
Yes, my passion.
And that's really gonna really do you well in business, in personally. That's the purpose of living, to be a better person than we were yesterday. So I don't know about a priority question, but Spirit is telling me something about looking for something or something being kind of mysterious. You know what Spirit is talking about?
Yes, I do.
Oh, the only thing that Spirit tells me is that you're not in the dark, that there is a light with you.
Okay. Am I on the right track? Because I think I understand it.
Absolutely. It seems like I see you with the light of the moon shining on you, which is all feminine energy, all emotional. Uh, very, very, it seems mysterious, but really it's just, very sacred. And you're right on, I see you walking and you're on the right path.
Okay.
But, I'm glad you
That's
understand
really helpful.
mysterious.
Thank you. Yeah.
Because I'm like,
it's
give
very
me more.
helpful. I didn't know how to phrase that one. So yeah, thank you very much. Thank you, Spirit.
You're going to have a really, really good life. I don't see many downturns because I even get that you ask. I feel like you ask your guides or your
Daily.
that you
Yeah,
that you ask for guidance.
I'm in constant communication with them.
So I see that everything will be okay.
Okay.
I think the priority question was, about this mysterious stuff and I feel too, I don't know if it's happened, but I feel like you like to delve deep. You're not on the surface type of person. So this
Absolutely right.
mysterious part happens to be everything unseen. I'm going to let you sit with that for a minute.
That makes perfect sense because I've been doing some digging. Okay. Thank you. You're spot on.
So yeah, I see that everything is going to work out and you're the right person for doing what you're doing and you're going to be a success. I'm really, really happy for you.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Do you have any other questions? I've got more time. I'll give you a second if you think about I got 4 minutes.
Okay.
I'm quick tonight.
I've had so many changes. In the last few years. I don't even know where to start, to be honest. I feel like I'm just kind of doing one foot in front of the other every day.
I feel like you healed though, and I feel like that was a great awakening. And it feels like you are.
I had a monumental life shift over the last 7-8 years. And a couple years ago, I lost my mom and almost lost my brother. I handled everybody's health care, and I've been taking care of them. And yeah, it's been a really difficult period of time and a lot of digging deep. But I also know that I'm not alone. Every minute, I feel my guides and my spirit team around me.
The transformation you went through had a purpose. They were telling me that you are not the same person you were 10 years ago, that you don't even recognize that person. And it's really about doing what we're supposed to be doing here, learning what we're supposed to be learning. And I feel like they accelerated your growth.
Yeah.
Before the transformation.
Every natural event that could have happened all at once. It was huge.
That's what I feel like. And I feel like I think during that time you felt alone or maybe cursed
very much.
But the reason for the acceleration is what I'm getting is before the transformation, before that, you were comfortable. You got into a comfortable being and a way of being and had a certain outlook that you were going to stick with.
Yes. Yeah.
And so
absolutely.
they kind of threw you in the mixer. But that's just showing that you have a greater purpose. That you went through all of that and you did the changing, you did all of the work. And I just feel like that's why it was really a kind of a hidden blessing.
I feel like I am I feel like I'm meant to share it. I just don't know how. I don't know how to share. I don't know what avenue to take to share all that I learned and gained during that whole period of time. Because really, it came down to finding my own strength.
Finding yourself.
And embracing love at the same time.
I feel like it's all about being authentic. You know, some people don't do that. Some people will not do the work and go forward. You were being authentic. So when people talk about being positive works. But when you find out who you truly are, then it's amazing. Because then you're not battling your messages, you know, the old messages that no longer work. So I hope that you find a way to share that.
Yeah, I'm trying to stay open to direction on that.
Well, your guys will tell you, I'm almost positive, like 100% positive, they're going to knock on your door and go, here we are, this is it.
To A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for Insights with Solaris with Jennifer. Live from Solaris.1. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Insights with Solaris on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Insights with Solaris. I'm your host, Jennifer. I have been a tarot reader for over 10 years, and I have over a dozen healings modality certifications, everything from Reiki to sound therapy to plant medicine. But at the end of the day, I am a channel for spirit, and I'm here to guide those who find me and are asking for guidance as well. I would like to go ahead and start with a collective reading today. So I pulled a card for the collective, and it's been saying with the Seven of Pentacles here is that the collective, everyone has been working really hard on the projects that they have been developing for the past about 2 years. So if you're in that category where you try to start something about a year or two ago, you've been doing great and continue on with that. There is a temporary pause in action, but that's okay. There's nothing to worry about. There's nothing to get anxious about because you did what you needed to do. You created such a beautiful and strong foundation that you do not have to worry that it's going to fall apart because you've done your work And you're going to continue to do that because it's coming up. And I'm seeing for a lot of people in the collective energy, when it comes to that November time period, end of October going into November, what's going to happen is that you're going to see some more energy push through a lot of the projects you've been working on. And that means you're going to start harvesting, because we're getting to that harvest season, and harvesting all of the good things that you have been working on, which is so fantastic to see as a collective when there's so much going on in the world right now. And I see a lot of people, there is a lot of fear surrounding money or finances. Perhaps there's some risky business involved in these projects, so some type of investment. It's okay to reach out and ask others for help. And it's okay that things don't always work out the way you want to. But just know, again, that worry is a little bit unnecessary, because you are moving into a new phase and you are creating all this beautiful abundance with each other, with your friends and family, with your neighbors, and just overall within the entire universe. So keep doing the good work. And when we are ready, we will be taking callers today. So we will continue on. And it looks like we have Carol from Chicago, Illinois today. So hello, Carol. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. So have you had a tarot reading before?
Yes, I have. I'd love another one.
Well, fantastic. So do you have any questions specifically today?
I know, just whatever guidance comes through. I think I'm doing everything right, and I don't have any problems or ailments, or everything's looking good for me. But I'm not perfect. I might need some advice somewhere. Maybe you can pick up on something.
Yeah, the first advice is that you're allowed to enjoy life. You're allowed to have a little bit of luxury. So if you've been not wanting to...
I was a workaholic. Yeah, workaholic bitch, yes.
So yeah, spend some time I can see that you had successful self-employment as well and working together, and just overall you do have a lot of success with this 9 of Pentacles. Like, you created your dreams.
Wow, you got that. I did. You're absolutely right. I created my life. I bought a house a year ago, and I did it all by myself. You're right on that.
And that's incredible. And I do see, with the 3 of Fire here, perhaps you're maybe a little bit bored, but you're looking to continue on. And that's completely okay, because go ahead. But this time, instead of just worrying about the money, perhaps find something a bit more in the emotional realm that gives you a bit more emotional fulfillment. Because you have all of this luxury you created. You have that house, but have you been making it a home is what I'm seeing, right? It's time to make things pretty. You got the foundation. Let's make it pretty. Let's make it joyful, because you're allowed to spend a little bit. I'm not saying spend recklessly or anything like that, but you work for it. You're allowed to have fun. Go treat yourself to a nice dinner. Go buy this comfortable sweater that's really fuzzy, but maybe a little bit expensive. Because
I need to do that, because I've been so I'm just conservative to begin with, and I have to I take care of my husband. He doesn't work, and I have a teenage son, and I hold a fort down here, and I'm the main provider, and sometimes I put myself last. And you're right, I need to start just pamper myself a little more on my days off, instead of just cleaning all the time. And I get bored and sit around twiddling my thumbs. I really don't have many friends that I can connect with, because I am I'm an old soul, and a lot of the people around me are just, I don't connect with. So I have a few friends, and that's about it. But I need to go ahead. I've been dancing and singing and listening to music, and that helped me a lot lately. So.
Yeah. Well, let me ask this. Have you had any type of event invitation, whether it's from a wedding or some type of group gathering?
Recently, no.
Okay, recently. Keep an eye out for that, because I do see you starting to connect with more people. They may be a little bit younger than you, but it does seem there's there are some women possibly coming towards you that could help bring more passion into your life and more of that fun, joyful energy. So if you're looking for women and friends who may be a little bit younger, but not too much younger to you, but still very mature, it does seem like you're able to build some friendships.
Yeah, there's a few of them I have in mind that I like. I'm real picky and choosy about who I let in my energy zone. But there are a few that are worthy, so that I have to I need to reach out more and stop being such a hermit. You're right. Yeah, I got to reach out to the ones that I like, and connect more on a feminine basis. Because I'm surrounded by men. I work with men, and I live with my husband and my son. I need some more feminine energy around me. And I have a couple of friends that I need to call up.
Yeah, I'm an engineer by day, and most of my coworkers are men. But that being said, I should
they're great friends. Yeah, they're great people. Yeah, they're great. But I need some feminine. Yeah.
Yeah, and I do.
Yes, you are very accurate. Thank you. You're right on the money there.
I do see some burden surrounding communication, though. So you have the 10 of Wands with the 8 of Wands. Now, the 8 of Wands is all about communication. It could be online communication as well, not necessarily face-to-face, but maybe making friends online. You can talk about some of your more less popular type of interest. And there seems like there is
I am teaching my son how to drive right now. I'm teaching my teenage son how to drive, so I'm and it can be a little nerve-wracking, but we're getting there. And that's sometimes I have trouble finding the right words on how to communicate, how to do this and how to do that. But I'm working at
yeah. Let's see, what else is there about that? Are you thinking about any type of new career or promotion or any type of shift?
No, but I am very valuable where I work. I work in a grocery store. I'm the head meat wrapper, and I've been there. I have 22 years in the meat cutting union, 25 years, and I have been in the same company that long, and I'm a very valued employee, and I enjoy it because I like the people I work with. It's not great pay, but I enjoy what I do, and I think that's more important than money. Money is important too, but I enjoy what I do and the people around me. So no, I'm not, but I don't know if they would ask me to be a manager, then I would, yeah, but I don't know if that's coming.
So there is possibility, now this may be as simple as getting overtime or being asked to do overtime, but there does seem to be, because you are working, you have that experience, it could also just be a raise coming towards you, but it does seem like there's a little bit more that's coming towards you. Okay, and this may be a bit obscure, so just take it as a potential thing. What I am seeing is that as you are working, you are going to come across a young woman. It may be, I do believe it will end up being some type of mother, and you're just going to have like a general and like genuine conversation. You may not even understand, but you would say something that's going to impact this young woman here, and you're not going to know about it. But what it's going to do is going to kick off. I think it may be a customer. Go ahead.
I see a lot of, I work with the public, and I like to help people, and I raise their vibration just by telepathically communicating with them. I can be my energy. They even say at work, when I come in, I light up the room and everyone gets in a good mood. I try to radiate and spread my love to the customers and the public, and I believe that's my life purpose. That's why I work with the public, is to help the public. And I do speak to a lot of people every day, and I do try to help them. I play psychologist with a lot of them, and and I'm there. I just sometimes just listening helps people,
Mm-hmm. And I see that in these cards, because you got a lot of water here, and that's just when people are around you, they celebrate with you.
Oh, thank you. I hope I try.
Yeah. So
I believe that's my purpose, is to raise people's vibration. Yeah.
And that's coming back towards you, because you're going to meet this one person, and she's going to end up either saying something but it's going to kick off a chain of events where it's going to either increase your confidence, perhaps lead to a pay raise, but overall, the karmic cycle will come back. And even if you just said like words of wisdom to this young mother, somehow it's going to come back to you in a way that brings you more abundance. And we don't have much time left, so I want to get into this quickly.
Okay.
There is a change coming, and there is some life expectancy change coming that may cause a little bit of conflict. Okay, so when you come across this conflict, it's going to be a lot through communication. Just allow yourself to take that step back and continue to be diplomatic, be professional, and try to be impartial. This situation that's coming forward and this conflict and communication is not meant to go into an emotional state. Try to be as logical as possible.
Right.
Come forward. Does that make sense?
There is some changes with the men I work with, and I think one is getting demoted. I'm friends with all of them. I like to give words of wisdom, and I could give great advice to all of them. But there is conflict that where I'm not involved in the conflict, but the men are. And I see this conflict. I'm trying, and the one that's in trouble all the time, I try to ease his energy, and I help him.
Continue on with that and trust in your intuition. And continue to be impartial and logical in that, and you're going to just fly by all what you need. And that is...
to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network and watching Moonstruck TV and Lightning Television. Welcome. Time for New York City Celebrity Psychic with Perry Lyons. Perry Lyons. Live from PerryLyons.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is New York City Celebrity Psychic on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello, my cherished ducklings. So my monitor is showing me sideways. So if I occasionally go like this, it's just to write my vision of the world. I'm Perry Lyons. This is Perry Lyons, New York City Celebrity Psychic. And you are you, which is the absolute best thing you can be. I'm very proud of you for being you. And I am sitting by the phone like a lovesick teenager waiting for your call. So I'm kind of an all-purpose mystic. I also don't believe things until they happen to me. I'm one of those oddly skeptical mystics who's only kind of converted by stuff that I can't explain. I think I told you guys a couple of weeks ago about how I first started seeing, how can I put this, non-breathing people. This week, I wanted to tell you about one of the first readings I did in which I incorporated mediumship. I was at my friend Christine's house and did practicing on her. And so I put the cards down, we did that part of the reading. And then suddenly her grandmother appeared. And I said, your grandmother's here. And she said, oh dear. And I said, I said, and her brother's here. Her name is Grace. Her brother's name is Noah. And Christine said, yeah, that's right. I said, and she's wearing a hand-stitched like apron, sort of a pinafore with ducks embroidered on it. And she said, yeah, that's her. I said, and I just told her that I can see her sort of telepathically. Communicating with those on the other side, sometimes you don't have to say stuff outside of your head. I don't know why. Saves time though. And I said, she just told me that she thinks I'm a fraud and I shouldn't be cheating you out of your money. And so I said to Grace, I'm not charging her anything. And I'm not a fraud because if I was a fraud, I wouldn't be able to have this conversation with you. And she said, stuff and nonsense. And I turned to Christine and said, she said, stuff and nonsense. She said, yeah, that was my grandmother. She was a holy terror. And after this woman sort of verbally abused me until I finally sent her back, after she left, Christine got her photo album and showed me a picture of her grandma Grace wearing that exact same hand-stitched pinafore. And she was, as I described her, and she was a holy terror. So for you beginning all-purpose mystics out there, just be prepared. This is not always as much of a piece of cake as it seems to be. I've gotten a lot of ghosts who, or not ghosts, they're spirits. Ghosts are different. I'm actually scared of ghosts. I've seen a couple, and I didn't want to. And I saw one in my house when I was growing up. She appeared next to my bed at about 3 a.m. I was about 14, and I could see through her. She had oval face, long black hair, and she had a black and white sort of 1845 dress. And her whole energy towards me was, I have to tell you something. And I'm like, what? She's like, I have to tell you something. I'm like, what? And she disappeared from the ground up without ever telling me what it was she had to tell me. And I went downstairs, and my mom had woken up because she heard me walking around, and she said, why are you up, darling? I said, I just saw a ghost. And my mother, who was a college professor and a skeptic, and also an intuitive without wanting to be, said, oh, darling, that was just your right and your left hemispheres of your brain talking to each other. Haven't you read Origins of Consciousness and the Breakdown of the Bicameral Mind? I said, Mom, I'm 14, okay? And she said, well, Was she about 5 feet tall with a noticeably oval face, long black hair parted in the middle, wearing an 1845 black and white dress? I said, yes, she was. She said, oh, darling, she doesn't exist. I've walked through her twice on the second floor. So anyway, I'm very happy you're here. We're going to pick the 3 cards for Psychic Tarot Weather. And again, if you see me tilting my head, it's because for some reason my monitor is showing me sideways. But we've got Diana. I love that name. Diana, I'm just going to do the Psychic Tarot Weather. You cool with that? Meanwhile, while I'm doing this, what I'd like you to do, thank you, baby. What I'd like you to do is breathe in deeply and then breathe out through like sort of puckered lips, like you're blowing out a birthday candle. Sounds a little rude. Sounds like a whoopee cushion that hasn't quite committed. So the longer you do that, the more it stimulates your vagus nerve, not your vagus nerve, which is different. That's a nerve where you wake up in a hotel in Nevada with 3 sex workers and 10 years of your life that you can't account for. The vagus nerve regulates the central nervous system. So do that, and I'm going to do the psychic weather. Here it is. It's interesting this week. I always pull 3 cards, and I'm not allowed, I have to stick with the 3 I pull. And they're for this week, even if you're just walking through the room and you didn't even mean to listen to this or see it, it still applies to you. Ha, 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 ha. You can't escape that easily. The first card is the first part of the week starting today. Second card is middle part of the week, like the weekend. The third card is, yes, you're catching on, the third part of the week. Psychic Tarot Weather, just like regular weather, except less damaging to crops. We had tornado warnings last week. I was very disappointed that I couldn't look out my window and see like Margaret Hamilton riding past on a bicycle. I'll get you, my pretty, and your little dog, too. Okay, the first card is interesting. It's the 5 of Cups. And as you can see, it's a cloaked figure who is staring miserably at 3 spilled cups, but not even noticing the 2 full gold cups behind him, her, or them. And what this card means is something that seems like a disappointment right now, seems like it might be like, oh man, it's the end of the world as we know it. No, it's not. This is actually, you're going to turn around, figuratively speaking, in a day or two and see the full golden cups and see that this disappointment is actually you dodging a bullet. So you're going to have to be a little patient over the weekend. The Temperance card is about patience. It's about talking back to that critical voice inside our head. I don't know if you have one, but I have about 5. I keep evicting them, but they keep sending in their cousins. This card also means that you might be smoking or drinking or doing something else a little more than is good for you. This weekend, you might want to sort of take it easy and take care of your body and be nice to it. Mostly it's about having faith that something really good is about to happen, which it is. Wait till you see the next card. So let that kind of faith glide you through the weekend. Go to the beach. Well, you don't have to, but you'll have a good time. Because the last card is a card I love to see. The Chariot card is a card, it's a triumph, as you can tell by the guy looking very smug and having his chariot pulled by 2 sphinxes, which is interesting. It's often a card of an artistic success or success in something creative. So if you want a success in something creative, get cracking because you've only got about 5 or 6 days. It can also be a success in a woman-led business. I don't know why it is that, but I've been doing this for longer than I care to admit. And that's what it tends to mean. Okay, thank you. Okay, Diana. Oh, goddessly named one. I'm dressed like a Greek goddess today because I knew you were going to call.
Oh, that's really psychic. I'm fine. I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good. My hair's a little weird, but got beach hair. I'm great. Nice. I'm glad you called. Tell me when your birthday is. I like to connect to people through their birthdays.
June 24th, 1956.
Oh, cool. A very good birthday. So you're a Cancer.
I'm a Cancer. Yeah, Cancer to crab. And I fit it really good.
Oh, I love cancers. I'm a Pisces.
Yeah.
Us water signs.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. And 1956 is the year of the monkey. So you probably have a very agile mind. Kind of.
Oh, yes.
Restless mind. Very quick wit. I would say. I'm sorry. I keep interrupting you. Go ahead.
Sorry.
No, I keep interrupting
was
you.
The year I always said.
Yeah. All right. Did you say 66 or 56?
56.
Okay.
Yeah,
You're lucky. Yeah. Yeah. Very good year. I'm a tiger. We're opposites, but we can still be friends. Okay. What is your question, my angel? How can I help you today?
I was just checking to see if my husband's still connected to me. I feel his presence every day, every minute. It's been a year, 9 months, 14 days, 7 hours, and 20 minutes now since he passed away.
Sweetheart. I'm so sorry. You guys were married, 27 years?
No, 44 years.
44 years. Sorry. My guides,
years, yeah.
My guides were obviously drinking at lunch. I apologize.
Yeah.
Sometimes that happens. I'm like, it's show night. And they're like, screw that. Let me see if I can get him. Oh, he's lovely. He's very funny. Was he very funny?
Yes, he is. Yes, he was.
Very jolly?
Yes. Yeah, he had a good sense of humor.
Yeah, really good sense of, and really, really kind.
Yes, he was kind-hearted to a lot of people, yes.
Yeah. And he would help people sometimes without them knowing it. Really good guy. He's a really good guy.
He went out of his way to help anybody that needed anything, and go out and do functions and collect money for people. Like when our neighbor's house burned down, he went out and collected money for the kids and stuff like that. And we did softball for kids. We had like 180 kids that come down for a free game of pickup, and then we ended up having tournaments with them. And he was always helping kids and keeping them off the streets. Keep them busy.
I love him. He's a great guy. Trying to get his name. Was he sort of broad-chested? What? I'm sorry. What was his name?
Yeah, his name was James. We always called him Jim, but he said, my name's James, but I always call him Jim.
James is my favorite name. I love that name. Childhood crush of James Taylor. But I love it. It's kind of dignified, but it's still cheerful. Did he have was it kind of broad chest? Like little barrel chested?
Barrel? No, he was a thin guy. He was only barely 130 pounds, yeah.
Oh, wow.
5'5", but yeah.
Okay, hold on. Sorry. Usually I get the physical stuff right, so give me a second here.
Okay.
Oh, sorry about that. That is a different member of your family. What happens is when I open the door, kind of a lot of people come through. And also, I feel that James was not somebody who would really put himself forward. I think he was kind of self-effacing. He would let other people take the spotlight. So let me grab him.
Yes.
Diana wants you. I'm not sure who the first guy was. Might be your dad or brother, an uncle. Might be an uncle. I don't know why uncle.
Might have been my dad. Might have been my dad because he was broad-chested. He was like more stockier.
Yeah, he was stockier and also a nice guy, but not who I wanted. James.
Yeah. He had a good sense of humor too.
Yeah. No,
yeah,
but
I always get my wit from him.
Yes. Yeah, you're very funny too. You're very quick, and you're also very kind. And you guys had a terrific marriage. You were still.
Yeah, we had a long.
Yeah, you were great friends, and you were really still in love till the day he left.
Oh yes.
It's really yeah. And you met. Okay, here he is. Oh my gosh, he's so cute. He's got beautiful eyes. He's got very twinkly eyes. They kind of crinkle at the corners.
Yeah, that's he had hazel eyes, hazel color eyes.
Yeah, he's like goldy, greeny, browny kind of eyes.
He said when he was mad, he said they turn gray. That's what he used to tell me. Yeah.
That's good. You could tell. I do think he had a temper, but it wasn't a big one. It was he would get angry at injustice, and he'd get angry
he was a strict person, and particular. Yeah. Everything had to be in a spot.
It was like way.
Like a bipolar person, and like, you know, there's a spot for everything. Yeah,
I love that.
He was really particular, especially raising the kids. You know, there's a spot for everything. Clean up after yourself, you know. And
well, that's why your kids are all doing well. You got 3 of them?
Yeah. Yes, they're doing good. Yeah.
Yeah, they are doing good.
Yeah.
Your daughter.
My one son.
Yeah.
Yeah, my one son. He tells me when he goes to clean his dishes and that, if you don't put them all away, he feels my husband hitting him on the head because he knows that he's supposed to finish it out. Yeah.
Does he have a sign does he send you like pennies or coins? Do you find coins around that you? Okay, that's what it is.
Pennies and dimes. Yeah, I found a dime at work in the bathroom. So I picked it up and I use it when I'm scratching scratchies off. That's my lucky dime.
He's probably going to send you a winning ticket in the next couple of weeks. I don't think it's going to be huge, but it's going to be about $50, and then 2
I've
months
been getting them already.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I've been getting. Yeah, I got a couple of them already.
Yeah, he's sending you.
I got one for $500. That was a little while ago. But I've been getting 50s, and I've been getting them.
I was going to say $500. It's funny you should say that. You're going to get another one of those. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Your daughter, one of your daughters is pulling focus. You got 2 girls and a boy?
I have 2 girls. Yeah, me and him had 2 girls together. And he had a son, which I raised since he was 3 years old. And then I had 2 boys to my first marriage.
Okay.
So we had 5 total.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
4 brothers and sisters.
The 2 girls were ours. Yeah.
One of the girls is pulling focus. She might be going through a little bit of a tough time.
Oh, yeah.
She's
actually,
kind of
both of them are.
Yeah, but one of them is tougher than the other. What?
Yeah, Missy's the worst. She had a reading just with you guys a couple of days ago. She's the one that got me onto this. Yeah, Melissa
I'm so glad. Her name's Mitzi. I love that.
Missy, I call her, but she's going through a really bad, hard time.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, so
she is going to pull out of it.
I hope so, because I always talk to the angels and tell them to come down and help her and guide her. that's more.
Is she a Pisces or another water sign?
She's a crab too, because she was 2 days. Yeah. She's June 26th, her birthday, 2 days after mine. Yeah.
I got that she was water sign. Yeah, I love that. She's got a real water sign feel to her. The other girl feels a little more secure in herself. Missy feels like she's very sensitive, and she feels things kind of more deeply than other people. Yeah.
Yes, Missy is like me. She's more
very high highs,
sensitive,
very low lows,
high strung, and we both think alike. Like, you know, about missing her dad, and me missing my husband. And Pam's more stable, but she got health issues. But she's more stable in thinking, and she's secure in her, not have to worry about money and where to live. But Missy's struggling bad. Yeah.
Yeah. She's lovely. They're both really lovely. Your daughters, I really like. The other one,
Missy's like me.
Yeah.
Yeah, Missy's like me, and Pam is like her dad, a spitting image of her dad. She reminds me of him every friggin' day. She'll say, "You need a haircut. You need this." That's stuff that you would always say to me. I said, "Okay, Dad."
She has.
Yeah, she always reminds.
He had kind of really nice cheekbones and kind of a good jawline and a slightly pointed chin. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah, I've got the right guy. He's here now, so he really loves you. He's also really grateful. And for some reason, he's apologizing for something that happened 20 years ago. I don't even know what it was. I don't know if he feels like he crashed the car or something. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, no. The crash of the car was just 6 months ago for me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got in a bad car accident and totaled our car. We just had the car paid off before he passed away, and someone just crashed right into me and it totaled it. So I had a feeling when I went to look for a new car, he was there helping me pick out the car that would be perfect for me. And I feel like, I'm in this new car and it's all perfect. I got vision good. I'm higher up. Good. And it's really, I feel like he was there with me.
Yeah, he really was. Is it a color?
It's a white
car? Is it
it's white?
Okay. It's pretty though.
Yeah, and it has it has the shamrock wheels, and I looked at it. I didn't even notice that until I got it home. I said, "Look, I got the luck of the Irish with me." He was
cool.
Irish too, and I was Irish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm half Irish. I bet. Oh, and Erica, I'll be with you in a couple of minutes. I'm almost done. So he really loves you. He wants your daughter to know he's with all the kids, but he's especially with her right now. She just has to take a step towards her own well-being. That's all he asks. And he's
I keep telling her that. Yeah, we keep connecting, trying to connect with him, because Missy has a daughter that actually, she always tells us, she's only 5 years old, that she sees Pap.
Yeah,
and she always tells us that he's talking to us and he's here with us. And she's like,
she's very gifted.
Like, she knows. Yeah, and she even hyperventilated when she went up to the bathroom here because he had a hard time breathing. And then she came down like that, and she said, "Oh my God!" And then she was talking about his legs, how bad they were, and she never saw his legs, but he had a peripheral vascular disease, and she was telling us that he was, his legs hurt, and she told us everything. I mean,
well, she's got the gift.
She's just like telling us. I know she comes over here all the time, and she says, "I miss Pap." Yeah, that's what she always say. And then she tells us. Yeah, she always tell us little stories about what he's saying to us, and he's always connecting with Missy with her too, because Missy's with her, and he says, "He's right here with you. He's right next to you. He's holding you."
Yeah, that's what I'm getting.
It makes her feel good. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Let me just ask my producer. Dave, should I jump off, take the next caller, or stay with Diana? Okay.
I really appreciate this. Yeah, it was really nice. Yeah.
For our next caller, please call back next week, because I feel a lot of stuff for you, and the problem you're thinking about is going to be okay, and even though it seems like it isn't. So back to you, Diana, because this is really amazing. Thank you so much for calling.
Well, thank you.
Oh, my pleasure.
Yeah, I really appreciate your time.
Sure. Oh, my pleasure.
And I went back to work because I retired to help take care of him. But after he passed away 9 months after that, my boss kept calling me, "You coming back? You coming back?" I said, "No, I'm not ready. I don't think so." But I finally went back part-time, and it was working out because my body was starting to fail. And I was wasting away. So I went back to work, and I feel much better now. It's been a year now I've been back to work.
Yeah. Well, they love and appreciate you there. And you're eating better. You're starting to get some exercise, even if it's just a 20-minute walk. You're somebody who really...
It's a long walk.
Yeah. You need exercise.
My bones feel much better.
Yeah. It's really important for you. Drinking a lot of water, making sure you're taking minerals and vitamins, because you're a little mineral deficient, so you want to take some calcium and stuff like that. What else is he doing? Yeah. He just really loves you. You guys were like two halves of a whole. Was his family?
We shopped together. We did everything together. We went, food shopping. We went to the mall together. We go to the mall and try hats on. Yeah, he'd buy me. He bought all my clothes for me. I never picked my own clothes out. He picked them out for me.
Well, he had great taste.
He had me stylish. Yeah, he had me stylish and going to work stylish, and we did everything together. And we spoke. Every time someone talked to us, we spoke at the same time. Like, we knew what we were going to say. They said, "You must have been together a long time," because we spoke the same, language almost.
But you were like that from the moment you met. You guys, it feels to me like you fell in love at first sight. It feels like you've got a beautiful love story. Kind of an unusual one. Yeah.
Yeah, it was unusual because he rented a place to me. He used to live next door to me.
Oh, funny.
Oh, yeah, he lived next door to me, and then we ended up being together. So that was.
How can I ignore the boy next door?
1977. Yeah, 1977. Yeah.
Well, he's very, very present, and he's really with Missy. And the daughter, she might grow out of this, but right now he's using her as a way of reassuring Missy that he's with her, and she just needs to take one positive step towards her own well-being. That's all, because it's more fun to feel good, but she is a naturally joyful person. She just, she misses her dad. She went through a hard time, and she had a crappy boyfriend, but she's moving into the lights. So she's going to do much better. Pam is fine. I'm not worried about
I keep
her.
praying every day. Yeah, and he never worried about Pam because Pam was stable. So, but he's a spitting image of Pam, though. I swear to God.
Yeah. Good looking. They're good looking guy. You're a good looking couple, and your daughters are cute. I'm going to talk really fast because I've only got a couple more minutes. But I'm so glad you called.
Okay.
So we got the car crash. He protected you in that.
The car
you might have.
I believe that because I felt him there. Because I could have died in the crash the way he hit me.
You could have.
My whole car.
Did you? Was it a truck? Like a pickup?
No,
truck?
it was an. I was in my Hyundai Sonata, and it was a CRV that came at me.
Oh, okay.
CRV.
Yeah,
they went bigger. They went. Yeah, I had the green light, and they came right at me, and I seen it coming, and I said, "Oh my God."
Yeah. No, he really protected you. I love your new car. I've got to jump off because our time is up, but I'm so glad you called. I know he's with you. He's going pennies and dimes, and also birds, especially red and blue birds. And I'm just so glad you called. And I just adore you.
Red
and
Cardinals.
Please let me know how you're doing.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for all your time.
Oh, really? You're a pleasure. It's a pleasure and a privilege. And that color looks great on you, by the way. And I think he dressed you in a lot of blue and green. And somebody in your family or his is from County Clare in Ireland. And somebody else is from Cork. All right, my dear. Thank you so much. And all of you come back next week. I'm Perry Lyons, New York City celebrity psychic, live Wednesdays at 9 on Moonstruck TV, A1R radio. And I just love you. That's all. Bye-bye.
A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for Zodiac Zone. 30 minutes of astrological insight with Melissa Markham. Live from mmastrovibes.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Zodiac Zone on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Zodiac Zone, your 30 minutes of astrological insight. I'm Melissa Markham. Just wanted to ask everybody how they're doing tonight. Know a lot of energy out there is really intense right now. I mean, we have this Mercury retrograde in Virgo. So I feel like everybody's very nervous. They're wanting to get things done. They are worrying about things, which is very typical of Virgo, especially when it's in the retrograde aspect, is your, so how it works is Mercury is about mind and communication. And depending on what sign it's in, it brings the intensity and energy of that particular sign. So how it works for this month, and typically a retrograde is about 3 weeks. Now, this one is going to be kind of unique in the fact that it starts off in Virgo, and then it transfers over to Leo. So it could make the energy very intense. With Virgo, like I said, it's about nervous energy. It's about perfectionism. It's also about healing. Virgo is a sign of healers. Now, when we get into Leo, which is next week, the energy is going to feel more intense. It's actually going to be into where people are going to feel like they're more egocentric and more thinking with their ego, because that represents Leo, not necessarily ego, but Leo's very heart-centered. Leo is very, boisterous and larger than life. I'm sure all of you know Leos, or if you are Leo, that's what it represents. So between the two of them, it's going to feel very uncomfortable, I would say. And I would say too, the way to deal with retrogrades is to get in front of them. And what I mean by that is to not so much worry about things, but to kind of sit back and review and look at things from a different perspective, maybe. I tell all my clients, never start anything brand new during a retrograde, because the communication is going to be distorted, and it's not going to be the way that the outcome is not going to be what you think. But if you're involved in something already, then that's totally fine, because you started whatever task, whatever thing that you're doing before the retrograde. So it's just, it's part of life, right? If you have to sign contracts and it was something that you already started before, don't worry about it, because that was started before the retrograde even happened. But don't start anything brand new right now during a retrograde, because like I said, the communication is not going to flow, and it could not be the outcome might not be what you want it to be. So that is what's going on with Mercury retrograde. On Monday, August 19th, we have a full moon in Aquarius. So it's about like a full moon, like I've said on other shows, is about endings. And this is really about letting old things go, like outdated beliefs and stuff that doesn't no longer serve you. So really it's releasing all of that, releasing things that are no longer going to provide you joy, or something that you're just like, you know what, I used to think this way, but now I'm into this type of energy. I'm going to be into almost that out of the box thinking. I don't think that way anymore, but now I'm going to be into this new energy. So that is really what the full moon is going to do. And I always tell everybody, my clients, to really go out there and to look at the moon and to write down the things that they want to release that no longer brings them joy. Because it's really about all of us wanting to step into our power and to be the best human that we could be, right? We live on this planet. We know it's hard. We know that there's work to do. We know that there's attachments that we want, that we have to release. But the polarity is there's also joy. And there's joy in relationships. There's joy in what we do to get to a higher level of consciousness. There's joy, simple pleasures. There's joy going outside and just looking at the beautiful plants. There's joy in being with our fur babies when they're good. There's an immense amount of joy out there. So these are just some things that you could do. And I would say any type of manifesting that you do and anything you want to release or you want to come into your life, be very specific about it. You know, I tend to write things down in my phone of things that I want to manifest, but I'm very specific about it. I'm not just like, hey, I want $1 million. It's the reasons why I want $1 million or what I think I could accomplish with $1 million. I mean, that's the specific energy that I'm trying to bring in. So like with anything else, like I always say, like always attracts like. So if I'm at my highest level of consciousness, I'm going to bring that energy in. But I have to feel it. I can't just think it in my mind. I have to truly feel what it's like to be in that level of consciousness. So that's what I wanted to kind of share beginning part of this show. I want to get into the readings now. So I think I have Erica from New York City. Hi, Erica. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Good. So what I do with my readings, I really focus. I'm an evolutionary vibrational astrologer. So I'm really going to focus on your soul purpose of why you're here.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm going to look at some very specific things in your chart. So what is the day, month, and year you were born?
March 16, 1984.
16th of March, 1984 at 7:12 a.m. or p.m.?
A.m.
Okay. 7:12 a.m. And the city and state?
Mineola, New York.
Okay. I'm sorry, how do you spell that?
M as in Mary, I, N as in Nancy, EOLA.
Mineola, New York. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. I'm going to talk in astrologies,
Okay.
and then I'm going to tell you what that means. Okay. Because really what I like to provide too is giving you something to further research about yourself. Okay. So your South Node is in Sagittarius in the 8th house, and your North Node is in Gemini in the 2nd house. So typically a South Node in Sagittarius. So you're the type of person that's an internal student. In other words, you're always,
learning.
researching for knowledge. Researching and always, looking for knowledge. And when you hear something, you're going to research it again and do it again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is not your purpose in this lifetime. It's almost like in a previous life you were a philosopher. You were somebody that, think about the nomad that went around the world and gathered information. And so
that sounds very much like me.
Yeah. So in this life, it's really about you taking that knowledge that you already have and
Yeah.
speaking it, either writing a book or, just
that's so
journaling.
interesting.
Yeah. And it's in
Yeah.
this,
I
so it's in
write a
this,
lot.
do you write a lot? Okay. And it's in the second house. So I look at the nodes and then I look at the houses, because the houses is what makes it personal to you. So I feel like in the second house of Taurus, your Gemini is in Taurus. It's really about your self-worth,
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
more than that,
I'm working
too,
on it.
Yeah, you have to come into your self-worth. So it's those words that you tell yourself. Those words that you tell yourself are so important. And it's really about uplifting that for you, because the mind and the body are vessels, right? They're living beings.
Yeah.
And so you can kind of like start your day however you want, but it's what you think that day is going to be for you. You know what I mean? Those words are very, very important.
Yeah.
And I think with all this knowledge too, you can use this to really, whether you write a book, whether you speak to this, whether you build something, because Taurus is very much about building a business, building something where you make money.
And I've been trying to figure it out.
Let me see where your sun's at. I mean, you have Sun and Mercury in the 12th house. I feel like that. I feel like you want to help the disenfranchised people that maybe need help. You're for the little guy. You're for the people that don't have a voice. I mean, you're a Pisces, so Piscean energy is like that. I feel like there is something stopping you because you have Chiron in Taurus in the second house. So either you don't believe these powers that you have, and this energy that you have, or you kind of get stuck in your own thoughts and don't want to go past what your potential could be. There's something there that you feel that,
oh gosh,
so,
it's been a mission.
Yeah, but here's the thing. When you overcome these attachments that you came here to do, the world of possibility is open to you, whatever you desire. I know you've had some setbacks because you have Uranus in the 8th house. So I know sudden things have happened to you that has taken your life to go in a different direction. Sudden unexpected things that you're like, oh my God, I didn't see that coming.
A lot of that.
That's only to awaken you to get on this potential that you have inside. I feel like you're here. I feel like you're here to build something and lead something. You have Aries. Aries is on your ascendant. I mean, you have a traditional chart, Aries on the ascendant, Taurus, a traditional chart here, but it's where you want to take all of this,
Right.
So I hope all this helps. I know it's a lot, and
it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, the chart
do
is
you know
is
like when maybe? Yeah, do you know like because I just turned 40 this year, and the thing is I'm very like multi-talented, and but I've also suffered with a lot of traumatic events that it's like
Right.
taken me more than anything. I've spent years just trying to heal. And then now I'm like, okay, now what? Because I have not been able to stand on my 2 feet for a very long time.
I would say this to you, the biggest thing, you have 5 planets in water. So you have an overabundance. If I'm looking at your elements, it's an overabundance of water. That to me would tell me that you put relationships before yourself.
Oh, wow. Yes.
Yeah, your closest relationships are always before you. And so when I look at your North Node, if you don't start putting yourself first, this cogwheel that you live on will continue to, and it's not going to be a very fun life for you, because you're going to continue to give all to those relationships in your life. And when you give all to them and you give nothing to you, then that's when sickness happens. That's when depression happens. That's when all of that stuff just comes up and makes you very unhappy. So I would say the thing that I would tell you is you have to listen to the higher self, and you have to start working in that, as opposed to thinking, just trying to acquire knowledge and just trying to do what everybody else wants you to do. And that's just not going to work for you. That is not going to work for you.
Yeah.
So
I just don't have like a clear picture of exactly what, but I've thought along the lines of like a non-profit, like holistic.
That'd be awesome.
Organization. But then I'm like, okay, how?
If you're leading it and communicating it, and you're the one leading it, it would be perfect. If you listen to everybody else's ideas, it's not going to work. You have to be.
Oh, yeah.
You have to be in charge of this.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, that's taken a lot of courage.
Yeah. No, this is hard stuff, but once you get to your highest vibration and you do the work, it's amazing how things shift. And then you're working with the energy and not against it. So but that is what I have for you tonight, Erica. And I wish you the best of luck. And you can always reach out to me on Melissa Markham at mmastroVibes.com if you want to go further with all of this. Be happy to do your reading.
Markham?
MARCUM.
MARCUM.
At mmastroVibes.com.
M as in Mary, N as in Nancy?
M as in Mary, M as in Mary.
Okay.
AstroVibes.
after vibe?
Astro, like Astro, like.
Oh, Astro Vibe. Okay. Got it.
Like Astro the dog on.
Okay.
The Jetsons.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, everything you said is true.
Yeah. No, I appreciate you reaching out, and I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Do I have Joni? Is Joni on the line?
Yes.
Hi, Joni. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. So when is your birthday? Day, month, and year?
March 25th, 1980.
25th, March 1980.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what time were you born?
11:05 p.m.
11:05 p.m. And the city and state you were born?
Waterloo, Iowa.
Waterloo, Iowa?
Yep.
Got it. Okay. So I am a vibrational evolutionary astrologer. I'm really going to look at your life purpose here. And so when I look at the lunar nodes, which are elliptical points in the sky. And when I'm looking at your nodes, I see your south node is in Aquarius in the 3rd house of Gemini. And your north node is in Leo in the 9th house of Sagittarius. So what that means is typically with a south node in Aquarius, they're very much in their mind. They have goals for things. They're very logical. Everything is, it's in the 3rd house of Gemini. So, sometimes you get easily distracted on things. And really in this lifetime, it's really about getting to the Leo energy, which is finding your heart, doing something that you really love. And in the 9th house, it's all about your journey, your destiny. Where is, it's, 11th house is more destiny as far as hopes and dreams. This is really about like, what is your path? What do you feel like, oh my gosh, I really need to do this. I need to not accomplish as a goal, like as an Aquarius, but I want to do this because I love it, because I feel drawn to it. Does that make sense to you?
Okay. A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. And I feel like it's really, I feel like the work that you do, because if I look at this, you have a yod, which is a spiritual assignment. For example, Princess Diana, her 2 sons have a yod in their chart. Your apex, which means what it's pointing to, is Venus in the 6th house. So I feel like it's something with health and healing, and something that you feel really passionate about and to be a healer. Although you do have Chiron in there in the 6th house, so I don't know if you've had some health problems or there's something stopping you from doing that. I'm not sure.
I haven't had health problems.
You have? Okay.
I have not.
Oh, you have not? Okay. I'm just trying to think here. What do you do for a career?
Well, currently I don't do anything. So I lost my husband last June 15th. He had health problems.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. That would make sense. Was it something sudden or something that?
Yep. It was sudden.
Okay. I'm sorry to hear that.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. That would make sense there. Yeah, I feel like you're probably a really good worker. I don't know, because you have Saturn in the 10th house. So maybe all of this, that what you are going through, I feel like something with healing. I don't know, something where you're a healer, or all of this is something that you're having to go through all of this stress and just the hardest somebody. But there's something that you're going to do to help other people that are in the same situation that you've been in, if that makes sense.
Maybe it's like, because I've had an addiction problem in the past, and I'm really passionate about that and possibly helping others with that. So, and I love helping people.
Like
I do that a lot.
I feel like that's your purpose, that there is purpose to all of that. And this is kind of like an assignment or something in this life that you're going to do. And it's going to be creative because you have the sun in the 5th house. So you're going to use all that creative energy that you have. And it's always going to be to you about seeing the big picture because your ascendant is in Sagittarius, you know, and you have this really kind heart. You have Neptune in the 1st house. So, yeah, however, but it's got to be purposeful, you know? And I just, that's what your chart speaks to me. Your chart speaks to me with all this, with this Virgo energy. I mean, you're in Aries, but, I don't know. It's interesting when I look at all this. It's all for this purpose of health and healing and to help others, service to others. So
yeah, that is really interesting. Something I already love doing, so.
Absolutely. I would look into all of this, you know, and the best way to, and you have Uranus in the 12th house. And I feel like there's a lot of purpose and things happening in your dreams. And I would have like a notebook by your bed. And when you're in that lucid state of consciousness, just start writing things down, you know? So.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you so much. It's really nice talking with you.
Yeah, nice talking with you. Thank you for all that.
Yeah. Have a great evening.
You too. Bye.
Bye. Yeah, so that's what I wanted to express tonight was just that full moon energy and just, you know, review things during the Mercury retrograde.
To A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, Enlightening Television. Welcome. Time for Maria Leggett's Medium Show with Maria Leggett. Live from MariaLeggett.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Maria Leggett's Medium Show on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Welcome to my show. I'm so happy to see all of you here. It has been a very stuffy week here in Ohio. Actually, the day before was kind of cool, which was nice. So how are all of you this afternoon or evening? We are in Mercury retrograde, and there are other planets that are retrogrades. We've got communications going all wonky, all kinds of weird things happening. And if you'd like more information on all the stuff that's happening, you can sign up for my newsletter by going to marialeggett.com, or you can go to marialeggett.com/subscribe. And if you use that link to join my email list, you'll be able to receive a free chakra healing meditation that is only available to subscribers. I don't release it to the public. And it'll help you to start working on clearing your chakras, clearing the energy of your body, and allowing yourself to move forward into a very happy way, because you're going to start to find out what is blocking my chakra, what is happening here. And it's just a great way to feel good and to be able to move through the world with a different lens on looking at things differently. So I would love to have you on my email list. On Sunday, August 25th, I am doing a live Q&A. It's at 1 p.m. Eastern, and you can sign up for that by going to marialeggett.com and clicking on events. And on there, you'll be able to see August 25th at 1 p.m. Eastern. And I'm going to sit there and I'm going to start talking to you about the difference between a psychic and a medium, because they are different. And we're going to talk about whether or not you have the gifts or abilities to do what I do. And we're going to talk about how it works for me, how it can work for other people. And I would love to have you on there, and you can ask all of your questions and I'll be happy to answer them. And with that, I want to welcome Rachel to the show. Hi, Rachel. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am doing very well. Thank you for asking. How may I be of service to you?
I've just got a whole bunch going on, so maybe some clarity would be great.
Absolutely. I'm going to say my prayer real quick and we're going to hop right into it. You ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. Mother, Father, God, thank you very much for this moment in time. Thank you for allowing me to be of service to Rachel today. As we open the door to communication with the great I Am presence, we know that all words spoken will be with your wisdom, truth, love, and understanding in the highest. In this moment, we ask for the veil to be lifted in any crossover loved one, ancestor, spirit guide, spirit animal to please come through with messages for Rachel in her highest good. Amen. So, Rachel, during my prayer, Spirit showed me, your guide showed me a vision or a picture of you standing. And they're showing me like a bunch of stuff down around your feet. And it's weird. It actually looked like they were kind of like handcuffs around your ankles. And I'm asking them, okay, what is this for? And they're showing me that there's this feeling of being like literally held back and not being able to move forward with what you want to move forward with. Does that make sense?
It does.
Okay. And so I asked, okay, how does this happen? How do we get out of the handcuffs? How do we move forward? How do we allow ourselves to do what we need to do? And Spirit literally shows a key, right? You holding a key, leaning down and unlocking them. And I said, well, does she already have the key? And they said, you already do hold the key. You know what to do to unlock them, but that sometimes it's really hard to make the right decisions to get to the place where you can unlock them. Does that make sense?
It does.
Okay. And they're showing me that it's like I have all of these thoughts and all of this chaos and stuff just going on in my brain at the moment. So I need to be able to sit down. And when I feel like that, they're showing me being able to like sit down at the desk and start writing out all of the things that are running through my brain. And it's because I need to be able to sort out all of my thoughts so that you can start to prioritize and look at, okay, if I do this one thing, then this is going to lead here, and then this is going to go to this. It's almost like you can follow the chain of events. They're going to get you to the key. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And what I like in that too is, in my own business, I'll sit down and try to start one thing. And then that one thing will affect something else, which will affect something else. And 3 hours later, I still didn't accomplish the first thing I sat down to do. And sometimes I don't get to it for days. And so they're just showing me that it's really important to start like organizing your thoughts,
organizing all the things that you want to get done, that you need to get done. And that's how you're going to be able to move forward. I literally just heard the two words, help yourself. And it's because we can often feel like other people's thoughts, choices, and decisions can hold us back. And so we look at that and go, well, I can't do it because of X, Y, Z. And so what they want you to do is go, okay, well, I can't control what other people do. So in return, what I can do is control how I react to it. And I can say, okay, if that road is blocked, then I'm just going to take a detour. They're just showing it to me as though it's really important for you to find the detour so that you don't allow yourself to get stopped again. Because it feels like this is an again, right? Like I've tried to make progress. I've tried to do these things and I'm stuck again. Does that make sense?
It does.
Okay. Okay. They told me to ask you, do you have a question that you want to ask?
I do, but I don't know how to phrase it properly.
That's all right. Throw it out there and we'll figure it out together.
It's more of how I should handle my ex-husband and how he is behaving with my kids and the choices he is making medically, and why he's being secretive about it.
Okay. Well, that makes so much sense for why I was saying like the handcuffs and being, because you can't control other people and you are kind of stuck with them because of the kids. Totally makes sense to me. And they're gonna take me back into many, many years ago. I went through very much the same thing that you're talking about with my kid's dad, making decisions that were, anyway. So what Spirit is showing me, and I wasn't quite able to do it back then because I wasn't very healed and I just wanted to yell and scream and tell him he was wrong. The flip side to that is, obviously, this all filters down to the kids because he's going to talk because, and they're just showing me that he does kind of the same thing that my kid's dad used to do, which is don't talk about this in front of mom, don't do this. So it's almost like he's tried to separate them from you. Does that make sense?
Yeah, wholeheartedly.
Yeah. And, I mean, even back then, their dad used to say to them, well, you can't talk in front of mommy. You have to go into the bathroom and shut the door, like that much secretive kind of stuff. And that's so damaging to the kids. So the only thing that you can do at this point, and Spirit is showing it to me, is just to become resigned in the fact that there's only so much that you can do. And to say, all right, Spirit, here's the deal. I have to turn this over to you because I can't control this. And you can do something that I like to call the conference room meditation. And I know this is really difficult, especially with something so serious. The conference room meditation is where you literally just sit in the quiet and you close your eyes and you ask for his higher self to come in. You invite in your higher self, which isn't you, right? It's just your soul, your higher self. And you ask them to sit in a conference room and work this out in the highest good for the kids. And you say, if I don't get to know the outcome, that's fine, but I need my children to be safe. I need for them to be medically sound. I need for all of these things to be taken care of so that when they come home, I don't have to deal with all the repercussions from his decisions. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
So that meditation is going to help you to A, surrender, and B, feel like you're doing something to affect the change. And I know that that's hard. I know that that's hard because I wanted to just smack him and go, what are you thinking? Because they just keep showing me like my youngest son, and my youngest son had red dye issues and he had lactose intolerance issues. And his dad used to feed him all the things that he was allergic to. And then he would wind up coming home to my house and getting sick and throwing up everywhere. And I'm like, you can't keep doing this. This is not fair. And unfortunately, I wound up having to take him to court to get that to stop.
Now, I don't know if that's an option for you. It is crazy, but that's exactly what I had to do. And it's unfortunate that they're so angry that they're no longer with you, because they're just showing me that he's angry, very much like their dad was, my kid's dad. And he's trying to make you pay for something. And unfortunately, the kids are paying for it as well. Does that make sense?
It does.
So take a deep breath, trust in spirit, know that you have to do things that are going to work for you and your children, and to push as much as you can for, hey, somebody needs to watch this, somebody needs to watch that, even if you're pushing for like supervised visitation, so that that doesn't continue to happen. Does that make sense?
It does.
And so if other people think that you're crazy, they're showing me and want to make sure that you know you are not crazy. You are valid in things that you're thinking and feeling, and that you need to follow through with your gut and do exactly what you know is going to be right for your children. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that kind of hits a little too close to home.
I totally understand. Believe me, it's bringing up some hard memories for me. But I want to say thank you to you for being here. And I really hope that it does work out for you. I know how it had to work out for me. And my kids are in their 30s. And I am grateful that I don't have to deal with that anymore. So thank you, Rachel, for being here. And thank you to all of you for watching the show. I am super grateful. And I will see you all next week.
Listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for astrology and psychic readings with Lady D. Lady D. Live from LadyDSpsychicParties.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Astrology and Psychic Reading on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hi everybody, welcome to Astrology and Psychic Readings with Lady D. I'm your host for the segment, Lady D. I hope you've all had an amazing week ahead. So we are going through our second week here of Mercury retrograde. So this has been our first week that's happened this week. So I hope that's all been treating you quite well. We do have with the planets, we're still dealing with the conjunction of Venus and Jupiter. So alone, that conjunction could be quite positive. It's about hearing something from the past, or someone from the past, or someone being on your mind a lot, or hearing some sort of news. But it is Mercury retrograde, so it could be like mixed things. But not only that, we do have them squaring. So I said that transit by themselves would be quite positive, but it is they're actually squaring Mars, and it's also squaring Uranus. So I know we had that yesterday and today. Yesterday for me was a very interesting day, especially trying to get home from an appointment last night where I came into took me 2 hours to get home and ended up with someone crashing to the back of my car, but my car's okay, which is good. So it's of course a lot of frustration, and I know for myself it was very hard to keep my anger under control having those squares to those two planets. But then by tomorrow we will have Mercury, which will stop being in square with Mars, which will make things sort of be a little bit more lighter, won't be getting as frustrated. And then on the 12th, we're going to have Venus, which is going to stop being in square to Uranus, which also I feel like it's going to make the energies a bit more lighter up. As the positive aspects going this week, we do have a try with Mercury and Chiron. That's going to be some sort of healing taking place. There's something that's caused you maybe on your mind or communication that's really caused you a bit of issues here, but giving you some sort of healing with that. And they've also got on the 14th a conjunction with Mars and Jupiter. That conjunction by themselves will be quite positive, quite make you feel more proud, more feeling like a strength about yourself, feeling more confident about yourself. But then we are got a square with Saturn. So Mars and Jupiter will be squaring Saturn. It's already doing it this beginning even today. It's squaring, but they will come together. So as they come together, the energies are going to get stronger and stronger. So you might be still feeling quite positive with that transit, but with that square coming up, there could be problems with your ego, problems with your anger. So there could, but with Jupiter there, it would help in some way as well. So it's going to be a mixed bag. And we've still got that Mercury retrograde. Time we come back here next Friday, Mercury actually will be going into Leo. So that's going to be dealing with egos there. And I guess things that have been going a bit haywire would be things to do at the moment. It's more about that communication and wanting things to be precise and perfection. It may not happen. I know for myself, put my makeup on today, I was getting quite frustrated. Anyways, let's go to the caller. So just bring up my chat. So let's go. So we've got Trina here. She is from Indiana, in America. So hi Trina. Trina, how are you?
Hey, how you doing? I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm good. How can I help you today?
So I have a question about my job currently. I'm not kind of happy with it because I feel like certain people don't want me in the position that I'm in, but they had no other choice to put me in that position. Should I feel that way, or should I get something different, or how should that go?
Is it about your job, your work? Okay, let's have a look. Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like they're being pushy. I feel like I'm just hearing like pushy, like they're pushing you around, or just being pushy. I feel like you're being quite lenient. You're really trying I feel like trying to fit in. But I just feel like people around you, like I kind of feel like they're a little bit overbearing and just being quite pushy around you as well. I feel like you are quite a strong person. I feel like you don't want to leave necessarily, like wanting to leave this workplace. I feel like there is a lot of unsure and question marks happening around you. I feel like the thing about October, I'm hearing October, so I feel like there's something about either you're waiting till October, or you're seeing if the dust settles around October. I feel like I do feel like in around 7 months, there could be a change of job coming up for you, or a new opportunity or new contract coming up for you as well. I also see you at some point wanting to go back to like school, like to study something as well to help you climbing the ladder. I feel like there's a lot that you can do as well, but I just feel like at the moment you're very stuck. Like you're very unsure, but you're also very stuck. Are you like admin? What do you do for your work?
I'm a team lead.
Sorry, what do you do?
Like a warehouse thing.
I see, like warehousing work.
Yeah.
You're not staying in that work. I don't see you staying in that kind of work. I see you wanting to like climb a ladder here, but you're also but I feel like there's like studying for you to climb a ladder. I see you more in like an office work that I see you in than warehousing. I feel like it's going to take you 2 years to get to where you want to go. I also feel like you have a very caring attitude as well, and you do want to make a difference. Where you also, the job that you've got now, I feel like you're getting a little bit bored. Like I feel like you can do it very easily. I do feel like there's a sense of being quite social there too. But I feel like there's something about 7 months wanting to leave. But I'm also hearing like going back to school as well with you.
Okay. So it will be my choice to change my career, or do you see something? Because I feel that since they could have the power to do what they want to do, they could do what they want to do. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like they like to trick you. I feel like that there's, like I said, there's someone like that's bossy around you, like they're trying to like boss you around. But I feel like there's a part of you that doesn't want to leave. But there's also something about like October, but I also get like 7 months for you in getting a new contract. But I also feel like it's also to do with the type of work that you're in. Like you get sort of like bossed around, I don't want to say mistreated, but I feel like there's a hierarchy where you are of like where you are on the ladder. And I feel like that's also got to do with where you are. It's like where you work, it's not safe, meaning I don't mean like physically safe. I'm meaning as in like the way, perhaps like the way you're treated, like I guess there's different laws in different countries. Like here, there's certain things that can't be done. If it's done, you can be in a lot of trouble. But I think where you are, like they think they can just, I don't know if there's what the rules are or what the law is over there, but I just feel like they it's like they have more power. So I feel like where you're going to go, but this is where the study comes into it, where you're going to be in a job that's more secure, it's going to be more stable. I do feel like you are wanting to help people. And I do feel like I feel like more for like an office kind of work. Like it's an office that you're going to be working in, and the energy is very different. And the energy is it's more stable. People are more courteous to each other, and they there is a hierarchy, but there's also a ladder for you to climb. And I just feel like it's a completely different thing than what you're doing now. But I also feel like with you too, like to get to where you got to go, it's like you're going to have to do the work. Because I feel like you guys scared, but you do get quite comfortable too.
Right. Yeah.
Because I feel like if I'm saying study, I feel like maybe don't want to study, or it's going to be like hard work, but I feel like you're going to enjoy it, but you need this, is what I feel like. This could be something you've looked back on and is it go? I feel like this is about a goal. I mean, you're definitely leaving this place. I just put some cards out. You're definitely leaving here. And it will be time for you to go. And I do see that there's a new contract for you, but it's about you taking that next step. And I do feel like once you decide to do that, you will be happy. I feel like at the moment, though, what you're going to be doing is it's very limited in where you're going, in what you can have. But there's also a power struggle there at your work. I just feel like they can mistreat you. So you have to do what they say, and there's no like. I don't feel like there's anything that's going to stops them. If that makes sense.
Okay. So with this current, what you see me doing the office work, would it be in the area that I'm in, or somewhere different, like living wise?
I feel somewhere different. I do see a removal truck, so I do feel like it's somewhere different. I am drawn to more city area for you. Whatever you're going to be doing, it might even be doing where you're able to help people as well. But I do get office though, so maybe. I don't know if it's like casework or support, but it's like you're able to help people too. But whatever this job is, you need to go back to school and study it though. And it's about opportunities for you. And you're going to be happy though. It's going to be like a relief.
Okay.
Yeah,
because I just sometimes don't feel like the place that I'm at is for me. I feel like they could just do whatever they want to do and tell me where to go. And, people need money to pay bills, so I got to do it. But I'm unhappy. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's hard work. It's not going to be easy, but you'll get through it. But you've got to make those decisions. It's a hard decision for you to make, but I feel like you need to do it to be able to move further in your career. But it's something completely different what you're doing now. I don't see you in like that area for forever, or for the rest of the year. But thank you for calling in today.
Thank you.
Okay. So I hope everyone has an amazing week ahead. If you want to contact me, you can. My website is Lady D Psychic Parties. My Facebook page is also Lady D Psychic Parties. My Instagram is Lady DS Psychic, and my TikTok is Lady D Psychic, and my YouTube is Lady D. If not, you look up Danielle Psychic. I hope you all have an amazing week, and I will see you same time, same place next week. So bye for now.
A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, Enlightening Television. Welcome. Time for 3 to C with Kylie. Live from X3to CX.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is 3 to C on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hi, happy Wednesday. My name is Kylie Nelson, and I am a professional psychic medium and Reiki master. I am here to normalize a ton of energy. As last week was my first show, I was super nervous. I'm also here to provide a little bit of insight because I want to let you guys know, yes, I normalize everything. Last week I had pimple patches on my face because that's what everybody does, but I don't like them. I leave my acne out to normalize it for everybody. I leave everything out for everybody to see, for everyone to normalize. And there's just a few things I want to talk about this episode. First of all, magic is all around us. Energy is all around us. God energy is all around us, and it flows through us. Today has been one of the best days that I've ever had for my business. I have realized how much I've healed energy. even after everything I've done the last 3 years, it has seemed like every day it just gets better for me. Understanding that energy is around us and energy is always connected to us and we are constantly healing is huge. It's super important to be aware of what you're doing, and it's super important to let go of things that are holding you back. Understanding yesterday, I actually had to close out a cycle that I had with my own journey when it came to God and the God energy. I started my journey as a healer. I started healing people around me with very specific energies that sat with me, and not a single one of them was something that I really thought that I could believe in until I got more into work, until I got more into spiritual work. I kind of just flew by the seat of my pants, because I just did what I was told. I followed what the God energy told me, what the source energy told me, and I healed everybody around me that I possibly could. And even some people around me didn't like it. Some people around me didn't like what I was doing, and they tried to tear me down. Specifically, the people in my town have pushed me very far into some of the darkest places I ever thought I would be, because I was bullied. I was bullied for being a healer. I was bullied for being a good person, and I was blamed for things that were never my fault. I was in dark energy because that's where I needed to sit. I had to be there because I had to accept that. I accepted the energy that was given to me and the energy that called out to me so that I could heal myself and protect myself. Eventually, I found myself calling to other energies and connecting with other energies, giving other energies attention and healing others in ways I didn't think was possible. There was so much going on around me that it didn't even seem real. Some of the bullying that I was going through seemed almost impossible, so much so that my own partner couldn't believe half of the stuff that I was telling him, because it's never seemed like it could have been like that. And it never could have seemed, that people were so evil, even when I was a healer. But people truly are. And it's really important to understand that even if Guess we lost the call. Mercury retrograde is out of control. Literally, the internet has been insane the last couple of days. Even connections that I've had with my own phone, my own computer, everything around me is very important to understand. The universe will put you through a test. The universe will put you through a test, and people will put you through a test. And it's very important to understand you're a healer, even if other people don't want you to be. You can hold negative energy and take it from other people and turn it into something that can be amazing. You can take everything that others give to you and literally turn it into amazing power that makes you feel so much closer to God, so much closer to source, and so much closer to being a person that is full of love. And that's what I do. That's what I teach others. And honestly, it has been amazing to be able to understand everything that I have overcome, everything that I have been given, the extreme bullying that I have gone through that has not even seemed real, to get me to be somebody that helps the people that go through unimaginable pain that people are sitting in, that they don't know how to help themselves with. They don't know how to release it. They don't know how to let it go. And I was tested my entire life. I was put on that path, and I used everything and every experience that I've ever been through to heal myself, to heal my family, to heal my friends, and now to heal my clients. I'm so thankful for the platform. Again, this is my second show, and understanding that I have with all energy is extremely great. I don't know how else to explain except for the energy sits with you. The energy is there when you are ready. The energy is there to accept you when you accept the energy, even if you are pushing it away. Because for years, I pushed away my God. For years, I pushed away the God that led me since I was a child. And it has taken extreme amounts of trauma and extreme amounts of releasing that trauma to be able to reconnect myself with God energy and heal others and be able to connect with passed on loved ones. I'm so thankful for the energy that I have, as I'm so thankful for how confident I am, not only in my gifts, but in myself, who I am as a person, who I am as a mother. And this is why I pride myself on what I do, because what I do is heal everybody, but I pride myself on healing mothers and parents and fathers, because mental health matters. Mental health matters so much, especially when you are around other people, especially when you are raising a family. And it is your responsibility to take care of your mental health. And it's also your responsibility to be kind to others, even if others are not being kind to you, just so that you can learn what is going on and so that others can understand either what they're doing is not okay or why they're doing it and how they need to heal. Because they're doing something negative, it's for their reason. It's because of their wound, and you can't hold it. I have had so many wounds, and previously in my life, I projected onto others. And honestly, releasing that energy over the last few years changed my life. Understanding that I didn't have to project wounds, I could heal them and use them to heal others is the number one thing that is the most important thing that I could ever explain to anybody. Your wounds do not need to be projected. You do not need to hurt others. You do not need to cause pain for others, because others have their own journey. Everybody has their own journey. Sorry, my kitty is chewing on my arm. He's reminding me that on a journey of healing, you will still go through pain. You will still go through pain, and you will struggle. You will go through hurt, and it may be difficult, but even if you are at the lowest place you have ever been in your entire life, you can still come out on top if you are seeking anyone to heal you, and anyone means yourself. If you can believe in yourself, if you can believe that your own energy can heal you, this is what's going to take you farther, because this is what put me where I am. And now I have connection to a God energy that helps me heal even more energies than I ever imagined. I am so, so thankful for the energy that I have. And I want to thank my entire spirit team. And I also want to thank everybody that is open to receiving my energy, because that is the number one important thing when you are being healed, is receiving the energy and being truthful in the energy and understanding that you are connected to energy, understanding it wants to heal you, that a God energy, a source energy that you reach out to is there for you. Understanding that, I'm going to move forward and say thank you so much. I have Melissa on the line, and I'm ready to take my call.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, honey. How are you?
I am wonderful.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you perfectly.
Okay, we've been having some phone issues, so I was just wanting to make sure.
Okay, I can hear you. So are you looking for a general reading, or would you like to start with a question?
No, honey, a general would be fine.
Okay, so I'm going to explain just a little bit. You don't have to tell me anything. I'm just going to connect with your energy, and you can verify it for me, and we'll move forward from there. You don't have to share any personal details, and we'll go from there. But starting, It seems that you actually have a masculine energy that may have passed over recently connected to you. Does this sound familiar?
Yes.
Okay. Is this a father energy as well?
Yes.
Okay. So understanding that your father is connected to you, he is asking you presently to give yourself a little bit more self-care. There may be some times where you are neglecting yourself just because you are in pain and you're grieving. But it's very important to understand that even if grief is taking over you, this is energy that you're receiving so that you can either release the pain that you have, because I do see that there's doubts that you had in your energy. And this may be because you are doubting the time that you spent with him before passing, or you are doubting the time that you didn't get to spend with him before passing. Does this sound true?
Yes.
Okay. So it's feeling like you feel like you didn't do enough, but he's sitting with you to let you know that you did so much. And especially as a child, there's only so much you can do, especially towards the end of life. You have your own energy to work on, you have your own life to heal. And he wants you to know that you actually did the best that you could. And he's asking you to focus more presently on yourself. And I also am hearing children. So if you have children as well, he's asking you to connect with those children and move forward into loving energy and actually use the connection that you have with him to heal your children as well, because I do see that they are grieving as well. They just can't reach out to you as much because they feel you are already in your own place of pain, and they don't want to bother you more.
Yes, I can understand that.
Okay, so what you're being asked to do is actually use the energy that is connected to you, and fulfill some of your wishes. I do see and hear artistry. Again, painting was huge in my last week's session. If you have emotions that you can't release, you're being asked to put them on a canvas, or at least write them down on paper. If you want to write a short story, even about an accomplishment that you had, or something that you did with your father that makes you really proud, he said within this connection, you will be able to call his energy closer to you, because when you are actually grieving a spirit, you are actually pushing them farther away because you don't feel they are close, but he is sitting right with you.
Would you like to hear something interesting about that you just stated?
Yeah,
we were painters. His career, he was a painter, so that makes a lot of sense. You hit the nail on the head there.
Okay, well, I'm so glad to understand that you can receive that connection. And he is really asking you to feel that love. He's asking you to feel that connection with him and feel the connection through painting, because this is where your artistry truly lies. And he knows that. He says he's watched you since you were a little girl, and boy shorts are very significant. So if you kind of dressed a little bit masculine and not feminine all of the time, this is also a note for you to do that as much as you want as well.
Okay.
He does want you to know that you should sit with yourself and feel very connected, because he is one of the main energies that made sure that you feel free, that you feel comfortable with who you are, and he wants you to continue to live that way and continue to project that energy to your children. Also, are you familiar with grandchildren? Do you have any?
Yes, I do.
Okay. I am seeing grandchildren and I'm hearing finger paint. I'm also seeing fingers on a canvas. So this may be time for you to connect with your grandchildren a little bit more if you haven't done that already.
Okay. All right.
Do you have any other questions? He really just wants you to know that you need to be free and use the time to paint to connect with his energy more. You also may be able to receive an intuitive download or even spiritual gift from him through this energy as well during your time of painting.
Okay. All right. Well, I thank you very much.
Oh, okay. Well, tune in.
I'm sorry, honey, you cut out.
Oh, I said thank you so much for calling in, unless you have another question.
Oh, no, honey, that is fine. And thank you, and you have a good...
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Oh, it seems like I have another caller, Melissa, on the line.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am wonderful. Are you ready for a reading this evening?
I sure am. Thank you.
Okay, would you like to start with a general reading, or would you like to ask a specific question?
Anything's fine. I don't know. Are you able to connect with like spirits at all or anything like that? If not, general is fine.
Yeah, I actually do general readings and I read all of the energy presently around you. Also, to let you know that your aura is purple, which is very important because this actually means that you are connected with divine energy. Are you aware that you may connect with spirits yourself?
You know what? I've been told that I have, that I'm able to do that, but I don't know how. I've been trying. And
Okay.
yeah, I've been told that I have the ability, that's what I meant to say, the ability to do this, but I don't know how to do it.
Okay, so it's very easy once you believe in yourself and you remove all the blockages from your body. So I am a psychic medium and also a Reiki master, which means I use Reiki healing to read and heal the body. To understand that your aura is purple means you are already connected to the energy, but you have a blockage on your root chakra. So I'm actually going to use Reiki healing to pull that from you. And then you may also feel much more understanding with energy and also energy in your body, as you may be able to feel spiritual connection in your body as well. Are you familiar with smelling energy or smelling past loved ones often?
Like I can feel like my dad around me, like he's passed like almost 2 years ago. And like, I know that he's around me and like, I can like sense him around me and like his smells and stuff. If you mean something like that.
Okay. So understanding you actually have just about the same gifts as I do, meaning you are a psychic medium. I'm going to pull that blockage from your root chakra. And the more that you believe in yourself and trust in the divine energy and trust that your dad's actually speaking to you, he is going to be able to, but you're going to have to just open up a little bit more with belief.
Oh, thank you. Oh my God, I'm so excited.
I hope you are, because it is amazing. He actually has an amazing download waiting for you as soon as you open up your energy, as you are actually clairvoyant and clairaudient. So if you practice your third eye with some gifts, wow, what am I saying? If you practice your gifts, if you practice your third eye with some practices for your gifts, you'll be able to see him and you will be able to hear him. But I am picking up your clairaudient gift is very well practiced, so you'll be able to hear him first.
Okay. Oh my God, that would be amazing.
There is a little bit of information though, if you would like. He is talking about sipping coffee. So if you are sipping coffee, this is when he's sitting with you, or if this is something you did often, he's verifying that he is with you and that he is clear in the connection.
He drank tea every day, and I just started drinking coffee. It's not like, it's like iced coffee. So
okay. So he's verifying that he's with you. He's verifying that he's with you and he's been watching you. And also drinking tea is very important because he may have been drinking herbal teas. This may also be a note for you to look into some herbal remedies for things that you're going through, especially if you're having a sore throat lately.
Yeah, I've been clearing my throat, so
yeah. Chamomile would be really good. A chamomile tea would be really good. And also nettle would be a really good tea for you to drink that will help with your sore throat. And this will also connect you deeper with his energy, as well as this is something he frequently did. So if you would like to reach out to Source Energy and ask for him, you may, but he is always with you. He is waiting for you to be ready and for you to stop doubting yourself.
Oh, great. Oh my God. I would like
You're
have
awesome.
goosebumps. I'm so excited.
You're awesome. You can do it. Believe in yourself for sure. Definitely believe in yourself. That's the most important part.
Thank you. My little girl actually like sees him. She's 5 and she can see him. She tells me things about him.
Yeah, so it's very important to understand. Yeah, if you're a kid or if you have been raised in balance of energy, you actually don't ever lose connection to your spiritual gifts. So the more that you believe in your daughter and the more that you continue to believe in yourself, she will actually grow up to be very strong in spiritual gifts. And your father is very much with her all the time. She sees him very often. And there was very specific moments that he's taking me back to, especially when she was a baby, laying on her back on a mat when she was doing tummy time. He was very frequently with her. So this is time to understand that he has always been here, even if he hadn't passed. There was spiritual energy sitting with your daughter to prepare her for this connection. As I'm being told, you having the knowing of your daughter, seeing your father and energy is very important to understand that he was already there. And this is going to give you more belief behind what you're actually doing. And it won't be just you. Your daughter will be sitting with you in the spiritual energy as well.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
There also is a grandfather.
I love that. Yeah. Huh?
Did you hear me? I'm sorry.
Yeah, a grandfather?
Yeah, so I'm believing it is his father because I'm seeing him sitting behind him in the same generational line. Mustache is very apparent to me. So if you had a very large mustache, he's letting you know that he's also here. He is supporting you and he is right behind you in your journey and he is ready to help you. Also, I do see within the next 3 to 6 months, you have confirmation of connection to spirit. And I also see in 3 to 6 years, you may actually be a spiritual medium yourself and you may do it full time for work. So it is a part of your path.
That's awesome. Yeah, I've been told this for quite some time now. I actually had somebody teaching me tarot cards and just on their own free time, and then I didn't have time, and I don't know. And I want to so bad now that he's gone, and I don't know how to do it. So.
So it's really important to understand that you actually don't have to use tarot. You don't have to use any divination tools to connect to spiritual energy. And the more that you do it without divination tools, the more that you'll believe in yourself and have a stronger connection without any 3D product. And you can do it with just your mind.
Okay.
So it's very important to believe in yourself and sit behind yourself with full belief. Your father is saying you still have a little bit of doubts that you can't do it, but you are only blocking yourself because you don't think it will actually be there. I'm telling you it's there. Take down the wall, believe in yourself, and even talk to your daughter about it. Ask your daughter about him, ask your daughter about what she's seen, and start interacting because the more that you give her the energy, the more she will share with you as well. I see her aura as green, which means she is in her heart chakra and she's actually sharing energy with you, trying to heal your heart center as well, because you may have felt like you lost a lot of yourself when your father passed. So it's very important to understand your daughter's also healing you because she's connected with his spirit as well.
Oh, yeah, I asked her a lot about him, and she tells me that he's sitting behind me and he's with me all the time. And she tells us a lot. Or if I'm feeling down, she says, your dad's with you. He's hugging you. And she's always telling me things to try and lift me up. So I can see that.
So understanding that I pulled that blockage from your root chakra also, it's important to know that the more you have that connection is important to hold it, because the more that you believe in yourself, the more you have connection to your body, and you will actually be able to feel with your consciousness, not only in your mind, but your body awareness of him. So you may be able to feel him touch your shoulder. I'm actually seeing him touching your left shoulder right now. So he may be sitting with you, trying to help you heal your feminine, as this is where you will be receiving your energy. And this is where you feel may have wounded when he passed. So understanding with more connection to body and more gentle breathing throughout the body, kind of pushing J breaths out your spine to the bottom of your spine, to your root chakra, is actually going to connect you with your body and allow you to feel him presently, even if he's touching you spiritually.
Okay.
We have just a few minutes on the line. Is there any other questions that you would like to ask about anything in your life?
I don't think so. I mean, would you be able to see do you see us getting a house soon by chance? Would you be able to see anything like that?
Yeah, I can look into that. So understanding that you want a house is important, but I'm also hearing the word apartment. So you may be moving into apartment in the meantime, before you get a house. I'm also hearing that you want to travel. So sticking yourself in a house is going to actually stop you from being able to travel. So if you're going to be wanting to move into the free flow of energy, especially working with spiritual gifts, following the intuitive flow instead of things that you want in 3D is going to be what's the most important. So if you want to be free flowing, it is suggested by your spirit team that living in an apartment would be best for you because that will be easier to get out of. and easier to move your energy through.
Okay.
If you are wanting a house, though, that will be a choice that you will have to secure within yourself. And I do see you traveling. I do see you traveling past 6 months from now. I see travel. So it's very important to understand you can get yourself into a house, but it may cause more work for you later on to get out of to be able to travel. Or you may be able to rent out your house if the laws are different there and you're traveling, especially if you're renting to like a family member. I also do see that there is a family member around you that might be willing to do that. So it really is all up to you and your choices.
Okay.
Okay. Well.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Thank you so much for calling in.
Yeah, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you so much.
Yeah. Thank you so much for the energy, and thank you so much for being open, and thank you so much for being open to spiritual energy. I'm so excited to hear the confirmation of you connecting with your father, and I hope nothing but the best for you.
Yes, I've been wanting to, so thank you. I really appreciate this a lot.
You're very welcome. Have a wonderful evening.
All right, you too. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you so much. Happy Wednesday. I am so thankful to be here. And this has been some of the most healing experiences I could ever have in my life, and some of the most validating experiences I could ever have. Don't forget, don't bully others. And if you do, you're going to reap the benefits of what you sow, even if it's negative. Have a great night, and love yourself. Love yourself and love those around you, and send love. And if you want to be negative, that's your choice, but that's where you'll sit. Don't forget, never forget, choose where you sit and choose what you project, because that's who you are.
A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. And now, Reverend Elliot's Magical Window with Reverend Elliot. Live from magic-works.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Reverend Elliot's Magical Window on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Greetings, fellow seekers of truth, wisdom, and light. This is Reverend Elliot, your friendly neighborhood esoteric practitioner, coming to you live tonight from the city of New York, where we get together every Wednesday at 11 Eastern, 10 Central, 9 Mountain, and 8 Pacific to look through the magical window of the tarot. And here we are in a sweltering mid-August night. My gosh, it's 72 degrees out there. What am I going to do? Wait a minute, what? Yeah, it's been weird here. It's been really cool, man. Cool. Yeah, it's cool. Gets any cooler, I'm going to go walking around saying "Daddy-o" and playing bongos. The summers have been pretty mild in the last few years here. I don't want to get into any political stuff about that, but the point is that even though that we had a few days where the temperature hit a little over 90, it always went down into the 70s at night. So it's livable, it's bearable, and I enjoy it. And I have no problem. And I'll tell you why. I have no problem with being hot in the summer. And I just don't like being cold in the winter. I mean, I crave warmth. I just don't want to be cold. I hate cold. When I was a little boy, we would go on vacation in August, the hottest time, and we'd go swimming in a beautiful lake upstate. And I'd come out shivering. I just don't like cold. But that said, the thing is, heat is a problem for a lot of people I know, because when they go to work or when they go shopping, or they go visiting people, everything is air conditioned. You get on the subway, it's air conditioned. You get, that used to be one thing that we were sure of in New York, was that you'd sweat your head off in the subway. The buses are all air conditioned. Everything is air conditioned now. The school next door, I live right next to a high school. Now we get high schools, you remember, we all got the summer off and we'd go play. And that reason we got the summer off was for the same reason that the theater would close down in the summer. It's hot, but not anymore. You see, every window in the school building has an air conditioner in it now. Now, when you do that, you see, if you work all day in an air-conditioned office, or you ride the air-conditioned buses and subways, or even the taxis are air-conditioned, and then you go home and it's warm because you don't have an air conditioner on, that can really be a shocking and abrupt change, and it can be extremely uncomfortable. On the other hand, being essentially a hermit, I don't care if it's warm here. I mean, it's no big deal. It's not hot enough to make my candles droop. Now that sounds like a euphemism, I know, but it's not. Keep your minds out of the gutter. It's not. But there was a summer that was very bad, and the candles drooped. The candles, my candles just were just down. But yeah, we've had a lot of hot times here. But as I've said before, I live in an ancient building. From the 19th century, and it was designed for cross ventilation, and that's what we've got, man, cross ventilation. But I can understand. See, there came a time years ago when we would put the air conditioning on. We used to be able to hold out to like July 4th without air conditioning, and then it would get brutal. But once you turn it on, you see, you can't stop. You have to keep it going. And I mean, I hear air conditioners going out the window. I can hear them in the backyard window, even when it's 72 degrees out. So, and I understand why, because we're accustomed to that. I personally don't like air conditioning, and I have no problem with being warm in the winter. In the summer, I have no problem with being a little cold in the winter, but I don't like cold. So I will have blankets and I will have all kinds of stuff going. It's cold is more dangerous than heat, apparently, but I don't like. Let me put it this way: I crave warmth. I do. I just crave warmth, and this is my time of year. Now we're rounding up into September, which is hurricane season, and that should be fun. That's another thing the news was wonderful with. Often I mention that the news will try to just spend all of its time scaring you. There's a headline in New York today that says, New York could. Now, I want you to remember that word. New York could be battered by 11 hurricanes this season. And then again, it could not, I suppose is what that implies. I spent many, many years in the news business. I was about to say news racket, but I'm too genteel for that. I spent many years in the news dodge. And let me tell you something. You can ignore any story with the word could in the headline. Just don't bother with it, because that's designed just to scare you. Now, speaking of scared, I wanted to commemorate something that I'm glad to be here. I missed a few shows because I was ill, but in 2013, after I'd been doing the show for like a year and a half, and speaking of air conditioning, right, in late July of 2013, I started shivering. It was very cold, and I asked my wife if she would be so kind as to turn down the air conditioning. And she informed me that the air conditioning wasn't on. And I was freezing, and the air conditioning wasn't on. So we checked my temperature. We got the good old thermometer out, and I was running a temperature north of 103. And we immediately hied our little selves off to the hospital, which began a very bizarre odyssey that found me in the hospital at least a week. It might have been 2 weeks. I know, but they put me in a room. They couldn't figure out what was wrong with me. They were angry with me. That's the one thing. My faith in the medical sciences started to break down at that point when one doctor yelled at me, "You're not presenting properly." I'm sitting there dying, I'm throwing up at every move. I've got 103 fever. I don't know what's going on. And they never did find out exactly what happened, except that I had picked up an infection. A couple of weeks earlier, I had had kidney stone surgery, routine surgery. Don't even, every time I hear routine surgery, the only thing that could go wrong went wrong. Something wasn't sterilized properly, and I got sick. I picked up a bacteriological infection. To this day, they don't know what it was, but they gave up on me. They absolutely gave up on me. They put me in a room where everybody went to die. There was a nice young nurse there. She was obviously in the beginning of her nurse career, and she couldn't hack it. She went crazy. She started screaming because everyone in that room died. And then they would just replace them with somebody else who died. And I was in that room, right? Hooked up to machinery that was beeping and playing video games and all that. And I had this bizarre notion that I wasn't going to die. I wasn't quite ready for that. So I did, I marshaled my mental energy, which is important. This is one of the reasons that it's a mistake, I think, for humans not to learn the skill of meditating, because it's a very difficult thing. And it's easy to give up on meditating. When you meditate, you try to clear your mind, and your mind doesn't like to be cleared. Your mind is going to rebel. Your mind is going to attack you. Aleister Crowley wrote a whole diary of his working on trying to meditate, and he would make a notation in it every time he lost his concentration. He called it a break. And he had more breaks every moment, every few minutes, until he started having fewer and fewer breaks, and then he knew he had mastered the meditation when there were no breaks. Well, I haven't mastered it myself, but at that point, I had a motivation, which is I didn't want to die. So I marshaled my strength and my meditation, and I took control of my breathing, and I took control of my respiration. And then, I think to the shock of the people there, I started playing games with the machine that I was hooked up to. It was just doing this beep, beep, and the little thing was moving up and down. It was, like the sonar in Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea or something. And I started to play games with it. I started to make it move the way I wanted it to move. And one nurse knew what I was doing and came over and gave me that, caught with your hand in the cookie jar look, and said, "You're playing around with us, aren't you? But I know you're sick, so what are you doing?" And I just said, I am keeping my mind busy so that I don't die like everybody else in this room. They were just wheeling them out. They were literally wheeling them out and wheeling new ones in. You know what that does to your mind when they stick you in a room where you're supposed to die? I mean, right then and there, many people would just give up. But I didn't. I couldn't. I wasn't ready to. I'd only been doing this show for 1.5 years at that time, and I wouldn't be here now to talk to you if I had given up. And there were, I pulled through that. They had to stick something in my arm to run a tube into my heart to feed me a certain kind of antibiotic, which they lovingly called the drug of final resort. You love hearing that kind of stuff. Couldn't they just be a little more upbeat, a little more positive? But they did that, and that was, I've talked about that before, and I may even have that in my website. I know I have it in one of my books. It's a very uncomfortable procedure where they stick this thing up your arm and run it into your heart. And I said to there were 2 doctors that were doing this, and I said, "Would it help you any if I just went to sleep?" And they started laughing. Said, "Trust me, you're not going to go to sleep." I said, "Okay." And next thing I know, they were waking me up and saying, "How did you do that? How did you do that? I've been doing this for 25 years. Nobody's ever fallen asleep while we do this. This is painful and uncomfortable. What did you do?" And I explained to them it was just a matter of mind power, and I mentioned my book, Bending Spoons with the Mind and Other Miracles of Mind Power, although I think I left the bending spoons part out because, scientists don't like that. It bothers them. So I just simply said I wrote a book about mind power, and you didn't want me in your way while you were doing this, so I went to sleep, And they said, this is amazing. This could be a big breakthrough. We have to discuss this with you. Now, of course, that was 10 years ago this week, and I have not heard from them. You know that they weren't going to talk to me. They didn't care. They were just shocked that something out of the ordinary happened, and within 45 minutes of walking out of the room, they convinced themselves that it was their imagination, I'm sure. But the point that I'm trying to make is I did some heavy-duty reflecting, there's a good word, reflectioning on life, because they stuck me in a room where they expected me to die. They had told my wife that I was going to die. I mean, everybody was prepared for me to be dead. This was 10 years ago this week. And I fooled them, I hope. Could you imagine? What if I did die? Ooh, that's eerie. That's creepy. And then I'm just a ghost. But I know I'm not a ghost because I stubbed my toe the other day. And brother, that hurt. So, you see, the thing is, I'm making my way gently to this point, which is, don't let other people, whether it be the news or doctors or friends, don't let them put ideas in your head that you don't want. Don't let them put ideas in your head that you reject. Because even the slightest bit of doubt, even the slightest bit of questioning at the wrong time can kill you. Now, that's not to say you must never question things. Of course you question things. You question things all the time, especially authority, folks. Think for yourself and question authority. And if they get angry that you're questioning authority, so what? But don't, they made, see, what they did for me to help me in my moment of illness was they thought that the best thing they could do was to make me very comfortable while I died. Now think about that. While I died, and then they stuck me in a room. I mean, you have no idea what that was like, to be in a room where, you can't even get into a conversation with somebody because they're gone. People were just dying and getting wheeled out and new ones coming in. Families were crying and grieving and then leaving, and then new families came in and then new people. They all just died. I don't even want to go into the smell of that room, but you've got to develop your mind. This is something that people don't do, and this is something that's worth doing. Now, there are a few books. I mentioned that book, Bending Spoons with Your Mind and Other Miracles of Mind Power. That will help you, my book, will help you to organize the way you structure your mind. It's not going to tell you what to think. It's not going to tell you how to think. It's going to tell you how to use your mind. That's all. That's all I mean. You want to go to mojoacademy.org and you can look up that book and you'll see a short video clip there of me using my mind to make something move. No trick photography, nothing like that at all. You just take a look at it. And if you don't believe me, when you see it, send me an email and I'll talk to you about it and tell you how the whole thing, I could go to the details of that because you can do it too. You can do it too. I showed my wife how to do that. She made something move too. And she told a friend of hers, she said, you can't do that. You see how people are? You can't do that. You can't do that. Of course you can do that. Our mind is more powerful than you know. Now, in conjunction with that, there's another book, a wonderful book that is a forgotten book from the 1940s, maybe late 30s, early 40s, which has been reissued by Mojo Academy Publishing, Mojo Brothers Press, which I think is worth a look. It's called You Can Live Forever. Now, this is not about spending the rest of your life in eternity here. It's a philosophical thing about what we leave behind. But I do think that if I were to recommend two books, as I reflect back on this experience from 10 years ago, and I'm so glad that I didn't croak, because then I wouldn't be here with you today. I'm so glad. Just the two things, the 2 points I learned was don't let anybody stick. See, remember, I told you the doctor was mad at me because I wasn't being ill the way she wanted me to be ill. You're not presenting properly, she said. And I was, the onus is on me. I'm supposed to read medical books and know how I'm supposed to be. I'm dying, for God's sake. Stop that, lady. That's what I thought, but out loud, I just ignored her. Right? So there was no out loud. Don't let people put these ideas into your head. Just don't, okay? Now, you know what I'm talking about because you've all had people, you've had ideas and somebody threw damp water on them. Damp water. What kind of a redundancy is it? Well, I guess it could have been ice cubes. But somebody threw water on your idea, let's say. No, just stick to it. If it's the wrong thing for you, you'll know it. But there's no reason to walk around with other people's ideas ruling your life. And certainly, if they expect you to die, I hope that you do your best to disappoint them. We're all going to do it anyway, but you don't want to do it to make somebody else's schedule look good. Could you imagine that? Being so malleable that, we need this bed. Could you kind of hurry up and just cease respiration? So that's good. So the two books I would recommend are, and you'll find them at mojoacademy.org, are Bending Spoons with Your Mind and Other Miracles of Mind Power, and You Can Live Forever. And that's a fascinating book. That is a very interesting philosophical take. Now, it's from a religious point of view of a religion to which I do not adhere, but I understand, you see. Because all religions, to me, there's a validity in there. I explain it thusly, always have. I'm in New York, you're in California, and we want to meet in Wyoming. I head west, you head east. We are walking in opposite directions, but we're going to end up in the same place. So you see, that's the way it goes. There are different methods of getting to the same place. And so take a look at these books. I think you'll find them very helpful. And if you get them, you'll see this at mojoacademy.org where the books are listed. If you get them through, you can get them through Amazon, but they cost more. I do them through Amazon because that's how people prefer to buy them, believe it or not, but you can get it for less money at mojoacademy.org, and you can get 15% off by using the code WELCOME15. You'll find all that there at that website. You check out code WELCOME15. So you'll save money and you'll maybe get some advice. That's the best I can do. I don't tell people what to think. I don't tell people how to think. I never even use the tarot cards to tell people what to do. Regular listeners will know that. So I just wanted to mark this anniversary of first of all, I'm stubborn, so I didn't die. Wouldn't you feel the same way? Somebody took it for granted that you were going to drop dead any minute now, and they're watching you, waiting to change the linen. No. That's rude. And so, no, I didn't do it. I did not die. And I missed a bunch of shows back then, but I was still here. Don't let them talk you to death. You ever hear that expression? Oh, the guy just talked me to death. Well, that's what some doctors can do. There's the thing called placebo, which is, you can find something about that at my website, magic-works.com, but there's also a less common thing, the opposite. It's called nocebo. That's what the doctors have called it, and it comes from a doctor who unfortunately diagnosed terminal throat cancer in a man. And, of course, the man went home and dutifully wasted away and died. Then at the autopsy, the doctor wanted to study the tumor, and he found there was nothing. He had no throat cancer. He had nothing wrong with him. The doctor talked him into dying. And they call that nocebo because people can literally talk you to death. So it's very important that you firm up your own mind power. You get strong. And part of that is meditation because that increases the way your mind works. The mind power is infinite, folks. You can move things with your mind. I am telling you this. I've done it. I've got a raw video. I didn't edit it. I did nothing showing me do it. And I want you to see that too. So now keep those in mind. Those two books, You Can Live Forever and Bending Spoons with Your Mind, or Other Miracles of Mind Power. So let's get to the readings now. I'm just so happy to celebrate 10th anniversary of not being dead. that I went a little overboard here, but we'll make up for that with some really good readings. How's that? I'm going to ring a bell 3 times now and declare a sacred space. And now we're going to take the first call from probably the most poetic thing I've ever said being on this show, Dawn in Charlotte, North Carolina. Hi, Dawn. You're on with Reverend Elliot.
Hello, Reverend Elliot.
Hi, Dawn in Charlotte, North Carolina. Just sounds beautiful, you know? It just sounds like, makes me just want to go, you know? I mean, I keep hearing now I'm hearing Jolson singing, nothing can be finer than to be in Carolina in the morning, you know? So, but Dawn in Charlotte, North Carolina. Boy, that just sounds refreshing. So, especially when you live in a canyon like I do. So what can I look at for you tonight, Dawn?
Well, I am calling regarding a very, I'm calling about a person. Would you like their name?
No, it's not necessary if you don't want to.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
The person's name is Mark, and we have known each other for almost 5 years, albeit long distance.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a very intense connection that appears to have gotten more intense this year after. Anyway, I just wanted to know if you could give me any enlightenment, because it's complex, but it's powerful.
Okay. Have you had a face-to-face meeting in person yet?
No, but there is a possibility in December, but because of it being somewhat of a, it's like when you meet some people, they can be people that mirror you, and it could be someone that holds a mirror to you, it could be someone that helps you grow and evolve, and you trigger each other. And it makes it more difficult, but all the more meaningful. And so it's not easy, but it's more meaningful. And that's what I need help with.
Well, what I've got here they're very interesting cards, but they're kind of up and down, you know. I got the Page of Cups. That's about a new relationship. That's a relationship that's it's in its not in its formative stages. It's completed. It's beyond that, you know. It's like it's real. It's here now. The Devil card is here. Now, that's not bad, okay? That's not one of those, you know, it's not an evil card. I know that the movies use that card about evilness. What that is that it's
more about transformation, isn't it?
Well, it's dealing with a very charismatic person, an attractive person, a person who's usually the center of attention, and they don't necessarily seek the center of attention. Some people just draw that, you know what I mean? The only warning here is not, again, because there's so much mythology around devil, right? But in the tarot scheme of things, it shows two people chained to the block on which the devil in the card is sitting. And that means to be careful that you don't give over your whole life to that person. That, you know, you don't subsume your needs only in favor of that person, because these are very powerful people. They can be very profitable to be around and very gratifying in many ways. You know what I'm talking. I'm not talking about evil here. I'm talking about an overwhelming feeling that you have when you're with the person, that you can lose yourself, and you probably don't want to lose yourself. Am I right?
Absolutely. You want to enhance each other.
Yeah. So just that's just there. So this is telling me that the relationship is here. There is a real thing between you. That this is a very compelling person. This is a person who you find is extremely attractive in many ways. That's not about looks, even, you know, only that.
No, not at all.
There are people like that. There just are people like that. You know, you'll hear people saying, I'd walk to the ends of the earth for that person. You know, it's like that. You know, there are some people who have that that ability with people, and they have a responsibility not to abuse that. The next card is the Moon, which is a card of intuition and unconsciousness in terms of the other levels of the mind. And this is telling me that you should be very clear about your feelings. And it may speak to you in dreams also. I don't get that card very often. It's an interesting card. And by the way, I've got 5 cards here, and 3 of them are
little insight, we are both enamored by the moon. Just letting you,
good.
Just letting you know.
Okay. That's fascinating that would come in. And then the next card.
But I also know that it's about, your hidden self as well.
The next is the Lovers, the card. Now that's another card that has been ruined by movies. The Lovers card signifies sometimes it's just face value. It's about romance. Mostly it's about a choice. It's about, you're going to be facing a choice in this, which is a choice between, in its bluntest terms, the card represents choice between the sacred and the profane. You're not, but it never really works out that black and white. I mean, let's face it, if there was a choice that was that easy to make, we wouldn't even be needing cards. We could do these things. But it just says that there's going to be a point where you're going to have to make a decision about this relationship. The only advice I can give you is the next card is the 3 of Cups, which is cups again are romance. Cups are about emotions. See, this is bracketed by the Page of Cups and the 3 of Cups. So the cards are responding to what you're asking, which is about romance. The 3 of Cups is the Ramani description of that is generally the completion of a matter in fulfillment and in plenty. Sometimes it refers to something happening because of friends, through people you know. But the thing is, 3s are completion. Now, what this is telling me is that you're going to be making a choice about this relationship. This isn't going to be too much help to you, except it's going to be reassuring. Let me put it that way. I see that whatever choice that you do make will be the right choice. Okay?
I don't feel it's my choice at this point.
Well, that's the part of the Devil card, which is the person is overwhelming in a sense. You know what I mean? It can feel like you're compelled to do these things. And again, it doesn't mean you're being drawn into evil. You know what I mean? It's just.
Oh, I know that.
And if that's what you want to do, yeah, but all I'm saying is that the Lover's card indicates a choice in the offing, and that and from what I see, you're going to make the right choice. So if you're concerned about making a mistake, I'd say don't be too concerned about that. Trust your inner intuition, which is the Moon, right? But right now, you've been in contact with a very, I don't want to say, you see, it's hard to find a word that, I don't want to take it as a negative thing, an overwhelming person. And that's not necessarily bad. You know what I mean? It can be a glorious thing.
If I could add to my query, I don't know if he's going to be able to open his heart enough to finally let me in.
Well, there you go. That's what you're going to have to decide about, I'll bet. You have to make a decision about where you're going to go and what you're willing to accept and what you're willing to not have, or what or that you may have everything, right? But you need more experience with the person. But what I see is the choice you make is going to be okay. You're going to be, you see here, I've got the 10 of Cups. It's a card of Cups again. You see, romance, card of happiness. You whatever way this turns out, you're going to be okay. You're going to come out all right. All right. You have to figure out what you want, what you're willing to pay for it. In that sense, everything has a cost, right? Or it's all benefit. Whichever way you look at it, the decision that you're going to have to make is if you keep this going. After you spend some time as people together, then you'll get the answer to your question. will he be able to open up and let you in. Okay?
Okay.
But please understand that what I'm saying here, although it doesn't sound particularly helpful, I guess, is that you're not going to make the wrong choice.
Like I said, I don't feel like it's my choice at this point. He's dealing with a lot, and our relationship has been pretty much over for a year. Mm-hmm. It's about me permeating his heart. Well, and that's what I guess I wanted.
I guess the choice is whether or not you want to continue. You know, again, I just shuffle them up.
I don't care to do it with anybody else.
Well, I have the Ace of Cups here. Again, you're getting cup cards, so the cards are responding. This tells me that you have a big heart, and the Temperance card is here. So what you're looking for is the balance. Temperance is about balance. Right now, you feel that the relationship is not quite balanced. Am I correct?
It ebbs and flows. It's like 3 steps forward, 1 step back. You know.
Well, you're working through all that. These long distance things can be very difficult, right? This is that's part of the price we pay for the modern communications. But I do see. Let me put it this way: I see nothing but happiness in your future. I see the sun. I see the 10 of Cups. I see all kinds of happy stuff here. Balance, which is the Temperance card. So that's what's telling me is that you will be able to allow this to develop and see where it goes, and you will make the right decision for you.
I know I will, but I don't know if he will.
Well, that will be his concern at that point, wouldn't it? See, let me put it this way. I have another card here that's telling me this. You're at a point of change right now. Mm-hmm. This card indicates that one part of your life may be coming to an end and another part is beginning.
Okay.
And well, the question then is this going to be with this person or without? And, right. and you have conflicting feelings. I have the Chariot here. That's a person who's holding 2 conflicting feelings on course and trying to get it moving. But I have faith that you can get it done and do what's best for you. Here, I got it again, the 10 of Cups. The cards are still saying that this is what's going on, but there is happiness in your future. You will make the right decision, okay?
So nothing showing how he truly feels about me.
All I'm seeing now is you.
Thank you.
Okay, so just hang in there and see what develops and see how you feel and see where it's going. The only thing I see about him is, as I said, you're dealing with a powerful, attractive person who can do a lot with you and for you, you know. And the question is, how far will that go, right? That's really the question with all relationships. But you happen to have be involved with somebody who is extra special that way. You know what I mean? So see where it goes. I'm getting the same cards over and over again now, and this is odd because there's a lot of cards in the deck, and now I've got the Lovers again. That's the card of making a choice. So when the time comes, you'll make the right choice. Okay, I wish I could be more specific, but at least I don't see your life going down the drain. You know what I mean? I see good things coming your way. All right?
I hope so. Thank you so much for your time and energy.
Good luck to you. Bye-bye now. And let's shuffle up the cards. You're listening to Reverend Elliott's Magical Window. We look through the magical window of the tarot cards. There I am, shuffling them up. And we get together every Wednesday at 11 Eastern Time on the Ask One Radio Network. You can check out magic-works.com to see 106 pages of the things that I do. My new popular post there, if you look at the alchemy post, I've got oh man, talk about it. See, magic is practical. I know magic is not this woo-woo kind of thing in the sky. And so you look at my page on alchemy and you'll see what I mean, because I include very practical things there. One of the practical things is there was an article recently in the paper on how very expensive pasta sauce is in a jar now. jarred spaghetti sauce. You can run $9, $10. I show you how to make your own for under $1. You can find that at the Alchemy page. Under $1, and you won't know the difference between that and store-bought or homemade, for that matter, because it will be homemade. Cheryl in Medicine Hat, Alberta, is next. Hi, you're on with Reverend Elliot.
Hi.
Hi. Sorry.
I'm glad I got on tonight.
How are you doing tonight, Cheryl?
Oh, I'm pretty good. Yeah. And how are you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm a little chatty today, though, for some reason. I guess.
Oh, that's all right.
I guess that's pretty good if it's radio, right? So, what can I look at for you? What can we look at tonight?
Oh, it just seems like everything in my life is kind of all up in the air, and I could sure use some guidance. So maybe just a general reading.
Okay. Well, let's see. First of all, this might be helpful to you. Is the Seven of Rods. That is a person who is capable of sweeping away all opposition and dealing with all problems. So you're very good at that. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay. So that's good to know. The Nine of Coins is here. Now, this is a person who is comfortable being alone. It doesn't mean that you're lonely. It doesn't mean that you're a hermit. It just means that you don't have to be around people all the time. That you're at peace with yourself. That's good. The High Priestess card is here. That is a person who has depths that see behind what's the veil. You see, depths that lead to the more important things in life, and it's almost a mystical quality. So that's very good too. I'm getting good stuff here from you. Now I have the Ace of Coins and the Wheel of Fortune, and then are you looking for new work?
No, I hope to retire in a couple of years. But
okay, well that's the best job there is, right? You know.
I'm looking for a little more financial stability, security.
Yeah. See, that's why I was asking, because the Ace of Coins is about a new stream of money coming in.
Oh.
And the Knight of Coins before that, though, there's the Wheel of Fortune, which says that the conditions now are going to change in your life, and that's followed by the Knight of Coins. See, that's why I asked about money. And when I see money like that coming in, it usually means looking for new work. The Knight of Coins, it also means a new income stream is coming in. Now, the next card, you mentioned retirement, and that's fascinating because the next card is the Death card, which doesn't mean dying. That's too many movies have ruined that card. That means the end of one period of your life and the beginning of another. So that's what you're planning for, is the new period in your life. And the Ten of Cups is here, which is a card of great happiness and joy, and that tells me that you're going to be very well prepared for that. So the main concern I'm seeing with this new phase of your life that you're going to be entering is financial.
Mm-hmm.
And I do see that you're going to come up with some other ways of making money, of getting more in terms of having more income. The Strength card is here too, so you're very determined and a person who has strength. Oh, and here's the Six of Rods. That's about success and triumph. This is very happy reading. It's telling me that financially you're going to get what you want.
Wow.
And as this new as this new period of your life commences, you will be prepared for it and you'll do well.
Mm-hmm.
I hope that helps.
Yes, it sure does. It just gives me a little boost of confidence and kind of eases things a bit.
Well, that's one of the important things that these cards do, is that it can show you whether you're on the right track or not. But according to this, you see that when you mentioned retiring, and I'd already had the card, the Death card, about one phase of life ending and another one beginning. Now, the reason, of course, that the cards don't really go into predicting death is because that's always there in our future. The further away, the better, usually, you know. But you know, I've been reading for years and years and years, and only one time that I ever see anything that looked remotely like imminent disastrous death, and that's that was just once. But it turned out that it was about somebody else. That's why I didn't want to talk to the person on the air about that. I said, the cards, I got to talk to you privately about this. And it turned out that it involved a child who was murdered. But generally, but that's for all the other cards that were around it. Generally, in this case, it's perfectly, it fits perfectly with what you said, that you're going to retire, and that's a wonderful new phase in life. And there you go. And the money is what's on your mind about this, but happiness is there too.
Yeah.
So
could the death card also be like the end of a marriage as well? There's issues there.
It's the end of one phase. If you were specifically asking me about a marriage, there are other cards that directly relate to relationships and things like that. But overall, it really just means that the end of one period of life and the beginning of another.
Right. Yeah.
So it's possible, but did you want to look at a relationship specifically?
Yeah, maybe a couple cards on that. That'd be great.
Okay. Because according to this, you're going to do fine. You're going to cause that change that you want. That's going to lead to more money coming in, and you'll be prepared and happy. Okay, here we go. Not happy stuff here though. This is the Nine of Swords. Is a card of great pain and sorrow. Has there been pain and sorrow in the marriage?
For many years already. Yes.
Okay, that is easily the saddest card in the deck. The next is the Judgment. The Judgment card is about rebirth, and the Death card is there next. You see, you asked me about that, and here it is. It could mean that this is coming to an end.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is too.
And here's the Wheel of Fortune, which is about things changing.
Mm-hmm.
After the Wheel of Fortune is the Four of Rods, which is about happiness and contentedness. So, wow, this is pretty heavy duty. I'm surprised that, you asked me if the Death card could mean that, and there's that card. It's next to the Judgment card, too. So as this happens, it's going to lead to a rebirth for you also, and a new phase in life for you.
That's right. Where I'm going to get my joy back and peace. And not that I don't have that now. I have wonderful family and friends.
Oh, sure. I understand.
Yeah.
The Nine of Swords is about sorrow and sadness, and you don't want to continue with that. Why not? Why should you, right? I mean, there's times when we have to suffer through something, and there's other times when we, do what we have to not. And it's, and it looks to me like the Judgment card means, you're going to blow that horn and be reborn, and the Death card means that the new phase of life begins. The Wheel of Fortune means that the situation is going to change, and the Four of Rods is about happiness. So that's pretty good. Yeah. So you got three major cards in there too. So it's about an important issue in your life.
Yeah.
Things are going to be good for you.
I think so. Yeah. I'm glad I got to talk to you tonight.
My pleasure. Call again some other time.
I sure will.
Thank you. Bye-bye now.
Thank you. Yep. Bye-bye.
And let's shuffle them up. See, that's fascinating. This is what I mean. But some people believe the tarot cards are alive, literally alive. So the question is, could that card also refer to the marriage? And then I read about the marriage, and there's that card. Unreal, huh? I've been doing this for 10,000 years, it feels sometimes, but I never take these cards for granted. Deborah in Delaware is next. Hi, Deborah. You're on with Reverend Elliot.
Hi there, Elliot. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you tonight?
Good, thanks.
Great. What can I look at for you?
Well, I want to take a look at finances.
Okay, let's see what we've got here. Well, the first card I've got is the Nine of Cups, and that's a card of joy and enjoyment and satisfaction and happiness, followed by the Ace of Coins, which is a new source of money coming in. That's a good one, for finances. The Wheel of Fortune. I get that a lot today. That the situation, whatever situation you're in now, is going to be changing. Oh, the Six of Coins. The Six of Coins is a card of philanthropy. The Six of Coins is a card about getting money, about somebody laying some cash on you here. Now, that could be a gift or it could be work. You know, there's money coming your way there. And the more important card to me is the
selling some properties.
Oh, boy, there you go. You're going to do all right with that, according to this. My favorite card here, though, is the Ace of Swords, because the Ace of Swords is about your mind is expanding. Your mind is growing. You're changing the way you think and see the world. Am I correct?
100%, Elliot. I have to.
Yeah, well, there it is. You're
Absolutely.
you're doing really well with that, according to this. And that's going to give you the things that you want. Let's see. Yeah, that's the Knight of Coins is here. The Two of Coins. The Seven of Coins. All these coins. Yeah, money, right? It's coming. The money's coming. Yeah. You're surrounded. You're surrounded by money cards. So yeah, you're going to do all right.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, because I'm auctioning off some properties and just, really trying to restructure my finances. And, it's been a learning experience. So, yeah, my whole outlook has changed.
Well, here's the Page of Coins again. Here's the Page of Coins. That's the beginning of the actual appearance of money. So it's not like the Knight of Coins is theoretical. The Page means it's here. So, yeah, you're going to do all right, money-wise. And I shuffled up the cards, and here it is again, the Ace of Swords and the Six of Coins. There's no doubt about it. There's money coming your way.
Oh, thank God. Let me ask you now, because the ex-husband is coming home from jail. I really don't want him here with me, but he has no place else to go. How is that going to work out for me, Elliot?
Well, if you don't want that, is there anything you can do? Is there any legal action you could take?
Oh, yeah, I will. It's just, I'm just going to help him get on his feet and everything like that. And, and then get senior citizen housing.
Well, you see, I've got the Two of Swords, which is about kind of like a situation that isn't going anywhere. It's like a stalemate situation. So be careful that it doesn't become something sticky, that you get stuck in.
Okay.
That's other than that, I mean, the cards I see looking into ahead for you, Four of Rods, I keep getting that today. It's happy home, especially. And the Sun, which is healing and health and growth and happiness. Do I have to tell you this again? The Six of Coins. It's the third time it's shown up when I shuffle the cards for you. That is the card that you take a look at it. It shows a person handing out money. This is, there's nothing you can do about it. You're going to do well with these, the sales, according to this. But with the situation you're talking about, it's like just a warning to just be careful that it doesn't become a situation you're stuck in.
I've been stuck for 36 years, and I just want to be free. But I'm going to push him to, he's at the age where he can get senior citizen housing, his Social Security, so that's what I'm going to push him towards, for sure.
Well, I certainly hope
my time.
I certainly hope he's doing better. I mean, obviously he's had a terrible experience, but so have you. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. After the show, I'll light a white candle to send positive energy for both you and him, okay?
Thank you, Elliot. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. And you know something? That Ace of Swords is very important because your mind is changing and growing and expanding, and it's the beginning of new thoughts and ideas. And that's a very difficult time for a lot of people. I joke about it. You can always tell when you're growing as a person because you lose all your friends, So
absolutely, and I'm fine with that. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's the main thing. So hang in there, okay?
Okay,
but
thank you, Elliot.
You'll be
thank
doing
you so
fine.
Much.
One last card here again, the Ace of Coins. That's the appearance of money. You see, money's all around you. I should get to know you, right?
Oh, that's cute.
Thanks for calling. I got to run.
Thank you, Elliot. Have a good evening. Okay, thank you. Okay.
Bye-bye now.
Okay, bye-bye.
And that's it. We've come to the end of another edition of Reverend Elliot's Magical Window. Wow, interesting calls tonight, huh? That's really something. So remember now, I gave you that long talk about a couple of books that will be really good in terms of mind expanding, which would be Bending Spoons with Your Mind and Other Miracles of Mind Power. And You Can Live Forever is the subtitle of the book. It's called There Is No Death. You Can Live Forever. So those are philosophical and practical books at the same time. And I hope you maybe find something else that would be of help. We'd like to say at mojoacademy.org, there is a book here that will change your life. And they're not all books that I've written. There's a lot of them are books that were forgotten, neglected, or as Edgar Allan Poe once referred to them as quaint and curious volumes of forgotten lore. And you can do that at mojoacademy.org. Magic-works.com, magic-works.com is my website with 106 pages of all kinds of information and free stuff and things to do and all of that. So I am going to bid farewell now and remind you once again that who you are is the universe's gift to you. Who you become, well, that's your gift back to the universe. Bye-bye now.
Watching Moon.